Hello. Hello there. Welcome back to the Agostino Zinga Show with your host, Agostino Zinga, and this is episode number 826. That is Ocho Dos Seis. Ocho Dos Seis of the Agostino Zinga Show with your host, Agostino Zinga. How you feeling? How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're doing fine. Hope you're doing good wherever this lovely podcast may find you. I hope you're doing splendid. I hope you're doing fine wherever it is you may be. How am I? Fairly good. Cannot complain. Fairly good. Cannot complain. This week is going to be a pretty barnstormer, busy one for me. I'm actually heading off to Forward tomorrow for the first time in a long time for the Forward event, which is happening there in Forward, which is going to be a bit of a throwback, which should be nice. I'm actually meeting up some old friends as well, so it'll be a good little catch up to kind of reminisce over old times and sort of enjoy that sort of malarkey. I did happen to check back on my YouTube account, actually. I checked back on my YouTube account and actually found videos of myself at like a previous Forward. This might have been at a Club Matter. I'm not too sure where else. It might have been at Fabric or something, but I remember back in the day, I was like balls deep into drum and bass, you know. I was balls deep into drum and bass. And it's weird because I kind of find it really annoying, like formulaic. And if anything, I found it's almost like tech house. I find the crowd at drum and bass to be the most annoying thing about drum and bass. I don't actually think drum and bass itself is inherently annoying, but I think the people who like it are annoying. But I was really balls deep into drum and bass back in the day. Loved that shit, man. I used to love going. I think there's one time actually, us as a group of friends, we went to Birmingham, right? And Birmingham legitimately is a failed state. It's a horrible place. Even back then, now it's even worse because legitimate is bankrupt and shit. But we went to Birmingham of all places, to go and rave to flipping drum and bass. We fucking loved drum and bass back in the day. We would literally tour the country, tour the city for various drum and bass nights. And it's actually, although I hate it now, it is quite pleasing, similar to like grime. It's quite pleasing to see like younger kids loving it as much as I did back in the day. It's still good to see like the vibe and the atmosphere and the excitement over drum and bass is still the same, you know? Like it kind of brings a little tear to your eye to be like, oh my god, man, these kids are enjoying this shit the same as I am. They're doing that same skank we also do, right? That same fucking skank. That same fucking drum and bass skank. They all do the same drum and bass skank. They're getting absolutely smashed off of rubbish cider and beer. They're doing, you know, abnormal amounts of ketamine and MDMA. You know what I mean? Like they're doing it exactly the same way we did it. But maybe they look a little bit cooler, right? They look a little bit more fresh-faced. They don't look as like mangled and dangled as us. But I don't know, man. Like it's just, I don't know. It'll be funny. I'm actually curious to see what the crowd's gonna be like at Fold, because I feel like Fold club night. I think Fold do a good job and a bad job. I think they do a good job in terms of their ability to have like a community in a nightclub. Because I feel like having a community in a nightclub, if it's almost impossible nowadays with the rising costs, with the demands on bookings, agencies, or whatever. It's just hard to have like a community, but they do a good job of having it spread across various promoters, plus Unfold, which I've never been to. But I think they do it mostly with the various promoters. So the various promoters are the ones that kind of bring the vibe, bring the community, and the promoters that they kind of pick to have particular night, because I think, you know, I'd imagine Fold probably gets inundated with requests to do club nights there because it's a very popular nightclub, but they probably choose who they want to work with, and obviously they keep people a test run. If it doesn't work, you don't come back again, blah blah blah, whatever. But most of their club nights that they pick are mostly within the, like, let's say they occupy the LGBTQ queer scene, and they also occupy the techno scene, so that particular niche, and you find the cool kids in that kind of niche, that creates a community. Then you add on to it Unfold, which is a barnstorming success, right? It's their like Sunday day rave or going into a night rave, which is kind of an opportunity for people who don't want to go home to stay out and get absolutely rollocked. I've never actually been to an Unfold. I like to say it like a point of like pride, because I've always had jobs that require me to be in on a Monday, and despite me being very reckless and being very just a bit crazy sometimes, I do have limits, and my limits is probably raving on a Sunday. I have to take the Monday off. I can't be raving on a Sunday and go to work on a Monday. I just can't. the days of me doing that in my retail days are long gone. Like, those retail days were so good, man. Oh my God. Fair enough, I wasn't making a lot of money, but imagine back then also, the economy wasn't as shit as it is now, and the cost of living wasn't as high. So even though I was making, let's say, like, you know, big up Dr. Martens, but I fucking love you, but you guys fucking fucked me. I was working at Dr. Martens. I started off as a weekend staff, actually, a temp, and then I went off like part-time temp. Then I went into full-time, and then within like 6 months, I got, you know, promoted to be like a supervisor, which essentially is you being a key holder, doing the rota, and kind of being a manager, but not really being a manager. It's a bit of a scam, you know. Being a supervisor in a retail store is a bit of a scam because you're not assistant manager. So you still, you know, I think assistant manager and managers sometimes get to work 5 days a week, and that's it, you know. And sometimes if you're cheeky, you can do Monday to Fridays. But if you're a supervisor, you're basically a glorified sales assistant. But they sold it to me like I was like in charge, you know. And I also made a big mistake, which I regret nowadays. And I should have listened to my manager. Big up fucking Andrew from back in the day. He knows who he is. Big up Andrew, the fucking Don. When I was working at Dr. Martens, I got the promotion. I remember Andrew telling me, hey, go in, after you do your training to be a manager and to do this like supervisor role, go and be a supervisor in another store. Don't be a supervisor here. And I was like, nah, this is my crew. Blah, blah, blah. And he knew, because I was, let's say, quite popular in that shop anyway, and people liked me and stuff. And I may have or may not have smashed a couple of birds in there. It made it a little bit hard to then be like, oh, I'm your manager. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? You know, the other day I was like busting joke with you in the cafeteria, right? We were having a good time. We were hanging out. We were laughing, right? Maybe we were out the night before, racking up lines, drinking, chasing birds around Dalston and shit. And then suddenly I come in and I'm like, yeah, go get that downstairs. It didn't work, man. It didn't work. So I think he was right, man. I think Andrew was right. I should have listened to him and been a supervisor in another store, but I didn't. I stayed in that same store. And what ended up happening? It ended up going really badly, because I remember when I eventually got a supervisor role, it was down to me and this one guy called Greg. Big up Greg, by the way. I don't think, funny enough, I don't think he likes me till this day. I swear to God. I have a funny feeling he doesn't like me till this day. He's in some band, which is, he's actually in a really, I think he's in a really good band. I forgot the name of it. He's in a band with his sister. I'm sure he's in a band with his sister. Big up Greg. I forgot his surname. It's something like Yula, or Gula, or something like that. Big up Greg. I don't think he likes me though, because he might have been a little bit older than me. Maybe a year or two older than me. And I guess at the time he probably thought just seniority will get him the job. We both went for the supervisor role, but I got it instead of him. So I got it by like a clear distance. And I guess he felt really annoyed by that. But then when I did get it, hear this out. Yeah, they're like to me, oh, you're going to get a promotion. You're going to get a salary increase. I was on like $7.50, I think, an hour back then. And then they bumped me up to $8.50. £1 bump. £1 bump. And I had all the other stress on top of it. I had to be the key holder. So that means you have to always get to work on time. I had to fucking do the rotas. I had to manage people, stock control, all this nonsense, right? That you don't need to do when you're a sales system, because you just, you know, you basically clock in and clock out and do the bare minimum. But I had to do all those extra responsibilities and I only got £1. Plus on top of that, half of the staff didn't like me anymore because now I wasn't fun Aggie anymore. And then the other guy who I was friends with, Greg, he fucking turned me into a sworn enemy because I happened to get the job ahead of him. I was like, bruh, you could take the job, man. It's not even that good. $8.50 an hour to be a manager, you know, not by fucking, you know, role or by salary, by like, you know, maybe paper only. God damn, bro. Honestly, god damn. But as I mentioned to another friend the other day, what I do miss a little bit was that tolerance level, because I think that retail time, because I think the nature of the job, I don't think it's about age, because I think I was like going back and forth with it in my brain the other day. I don't think it's a matter about, oh, your tolerance lowers when you're older. I think it's more so about the kind of work you're doing. So I think I kind of compare it similar to like working in a kitchen or working in a bar, right? When you're working at a sort of pace, especially in a busy one, you just get used to like adjusting and making it work for you in that pace. So that's why you hear of like, you know, people that work in the restaurant industry are like into like class A drugs. They like do heroin and cocaine and shit. Because that type of working environment that they're in pushes them to a certain extent. They need certain things to keep them going, but your body just learns to kind of, adapt to the stuff that you're doing. So I think working retail, working like, let's say, I think I was in a shop from like, when I was supervisor, I might have been, most days I was in there from like 10 to close, basically. 10 a.m. to close. It was close, I think, in central London, because I was working in the Carnaby Street one. Must have been like 9 p.m. I'm not sure what closes now at fucking Carnaby Street. Maybe it's 10. But back in there, it was 9. Or 9 or 8. So then by the time you cash up and shit, and because I'm terrible at maths, even though I've got a fucking computer and a touchscreen thing in front of me, it'll take me an hour to fucking cash up, and then boom. You know what I mean? Like, and I think the first couple of weeks as well was really embarrassing. They was thinking I was stealing from the till. The first couple of weeks as our supervisor, right? They thought I was stealing from the till. Until my manager counted the money and saw the money that was meant to be in there wasn't there. The money was always over, but I was cashing up and it was always under. So they thought I was running some sort of scam. And now they just look and say, oh yeah, this guy's just terrible at maths. I was like, oh. Like, imagine how embarrassing that is. It's embarrassing already they think you're stealing. And then they find out, no, you're not stealing. You just can't add. You can't add, multiply, or divide. It was like, God damn it, I'm useless. But God, man, it was a good time. And like I said, I was just to finish on that point, I was just like, I just remember, honestly, the drum and bass nights. Like I would maybe leave the store again at like 8 or 9, meet my friends up, go to the shop somewhere, get a fucking K cider. Those of you know who know. If you know about K cider. Absolutely rancid cider. I think at the time, it was the only tin of beer that was like £1 or maybe 150. Because most tins, I think at that time, were already going up to like £2. But it was the only one you could get for like £1 or 150. And it was a little bit bigger than the regular tin of a beer. So if I don't know, let's say a beer is like 500 milliliters. Sorry, this was about 750. So you got a bit extra, but it was rancid. It's the kind of beer that you think like bums drink and proper alcoholics that sit around on benches and shit outside. And we used to drink that like, on some fun thing. And then you take that, you be drinking that on the central line on the bus, right, all the way back to wherever you're gonna go to the club, and you get to and honestly, the bouncers, everybody was so irresponsible. You get to the queue, and you be wobbling, slurring your words, your jaw is swinging from north to south to east to west. Your eye pupils are dilated already before you went in there, and they still let you in. And then you're going in there, it's like, bro. And then guess what? I'd wake up the next day and I get to work on time. On time, bro, on time. Yeah, exactly. What can you do, though? What can you do? Do I wish I could go back to that sort of life? I don't really. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really. I was speaking to another friend about it the other day. Actually, big up Matt. And we came to the realization, or I came to the realization, that I do actually enjoy phases. I think that's why I've got this like weird, sort of like driven temperament thing, because I like phases. Like it's probably why I'm in love with Mondays. It's a chance to kind of turn over a new leaf and start the week fresh, or whatever debauchery you got up to the previous days, you can kind of wipe the slate clean. And I think I'm the same when it comes to phases of life. I'm a big believer in like enjoying yourself when you want to enjoy yourself, and then when it's over, it's over. I think that's why sometimes I look at people like, I look at like old back, because I've recognized there's like a scourge, an uprising of like older lady baddies, right? Like, yeah, older women like showing, look, I've still got it. It's like, bro, of course you still got it. You're a woman. Women are always going to be beautiful no matter what age they are, right? Oh, let's rewind that. But women are always going to be beautiful. So it is what it is. But I've never understood the idea of like surely you have much more to offer the world than just your fucking massive ass and your massive mummy milkers at some stage. That can't be your whole entire identity. Surely you have to hang it up. There's an era where you're a bad bitch and you're enjoying yourself, and you're posting first traps every other day, and your DMs are blowing up, and you're that girl. Enjoy. But when that period is over, transition into the other phase. You know what I mean? But people just want to have extended or non-stop, never-ending phases. Peter Pan syndrome thing. So I've got guys on my profile at the moment, or on my Instagram, because now I'm posting more on Instagram. Follow me there if you haven't followed me there already. Link should be in the description. If it's not, then just search my name on Instagram. You'll find me. And I'm uploading on Instagram more, so I'm on it way often now. And I'm, checking my timeline. And I'm seeing people like, rah, bro, you're still doing the same shit. You're still out here literally being the same person you were when I met you when I was like 18, 19. Really? God damn, bro. Like no development, no evolution, no nothing. Although I have seen some people who have like changed, but they've like changed into this whole other persona that's just like invented, which is funny, Like suddenly people are like, yeah. I'm not gonna say too much. Hey, you know what? Let's start off the podcast well. Let's start off the podcast well, because I don't wanna get any more angry DMs. I've been getting too many angry DMs, so I don't want to get any more angry DMs. So I'ma just continue. You get me? Oh, let's go. Big up the stream chat. Big up Queso Moses, Wagwan, yeah, Grape Street AZ, lows. I didn't even realize I was wearing this, guys. I didn't even realize. I had no idea I was color coordinating. I swear to God. Big up Queso Moses, Wagwan my G. Big up Fashion Roadman. What's good, brother? Ratted time was crazy. Nah, it's not crazy, man. I'm just reporting the news. How can you say I'm crazy when allegedly my man's gone to fucking, my man's gone to Brisbane to go and fucking allegedly, do some madness to girls? How am I crazy for that title? He's crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just reporting the news. Big up, yeah, boy. Drinking drug culture in catering is fully tapped. Yeah, you know what, right? That's why I like Anthony Bourdain. R.I.P. to Anthony Bourdain. R.I.P. to the great. Legends never die. I loved Anthony Bourdain because when he was depicting restaurant culture, restaurant life, I like the fact that he emphasized on highlighting immigrants and the contribution that they've kind of provided to the culinary arts, across North America and across the world in general, right? And them being like the bedrock of a lot of these restaurants and shit. And I also like the fact that he put a light on that restaurant culture, but didn't make it like glitzy. He didn't make them into rock and roll stars. It was almost quite depressing. Even his own memoirs and how he talked about his struggle with drugs and booze. He spoke about from a point of view of like, hey, don't be like me. This is kind of sad. Don't be like me. Whereas I felt like Vice with their Munchie series and I forgot, what's that one? Chefs Go Out. Is it Chefs Dine Out or whatever? Do you remember that series on Vice? Fucking incredible, by the way. Vice has some good series, man. I think it was Munchies and the one called Chef's Night Out or something, where basically a chef from a popular restaurant somewhere in North America would gather their friends to their restaurant and they'd go to their favorite spots in the city. And I didn't know that was a thing before I watched food shows, that, chefs enjoyed going to other places to go eat. They didn't want to cook all the time. And they kind of, had spots that they kind of supported and shit. And there was a good little kind of, community around it. And that video series, I think, kind of lionized and glorified drug culture and boozing a lot, and kind of made it seem cool. Oh my God, man, they're getting fucked up. Yeah. Shots. But I think they've kind of, I think Anthony Bourdain did a good job to kind of humanize it and make people understand that there's another side to it that isn't too good. Big up, Run It Up. They probably wanted to can you, just claimed you might have. What? They probably wanted to can you, so just claimed you might have. Oh! Yeah, good point, actually, Run It Up. Good point. To be fair, before I left, somebody did actually steal a big amount. I think it might be like £400, £500, and they never realized who it was. They never figured it out. So then that's when I found out. I was like, oh shit, you can actually steal from shops pretty easily. And I didn't know that was possible, because in that, again, I worked at Dr. Martin's, and CCTV everywhere. We even had the camera that was pointing down towards the tills. So I don't know how they took the money to the person, but allegedly, before I left, £400 or something around that mark was stolen. And to this day, like, sometimes I'll speak to my old manager Andrew on Instagram and we'll giggle about it, and to this day they've never found out who it was. So it's proof that it's a lot easier to steal from the till than they make it seem. They mean, oh no, you're gonna get caught instantly. Not really. I don't think so. I think people were stealing all the time. I was just a loser. I was just a loser that didn't. Like, I could never do that sort of stuff. I might take stuff from the stockroom, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I think everyone does that. But I'm not going to take money from the till. That's fucking insane. Like, I would never ever do that. Or from the safe and stuff. That's just dumb. Especially work in the shop or restaurant. The stuff that you actually want, especially work in a restaurant, you take a couple of drinks, you might take some food to eat for lunch, you don't spend money. I'd rather do that, you know what I mean, than fucking take money for the till. But what do I know? Can't have the come downs anymore. Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that the other day. Yeah, boy, man, the come downs are the biggest deal breaker. But I think come downs are God's way of making us not all full blown drug addicts. Because I think if come downs did exist, I think the regular person would indulge way more than they do. I think the person that does indulge can kind of, push through the come downs, and because, their addiction obviously trumps all of that. But I think us regular people, if we had the ability to not feel come downs, we would obviously still indulge. I think come downs are a good way to sort of like regulate things, because Jesus Christ, bro. Like now like any time I go out, even if it's just drinking, it takes like fucking 3 days to recover. Do you know what I mean? Which is why nowadays when I do go clubbing, I'd rather just like not drink. I'd rather just get my fucking ginger beer or Coca-Cola and just stand in the corner and nod my head. But then again, you end up looking like the old guy in the corner nodding his head, completely stone cold sober. That's obviously not the vibe you want to bring to the rave. Oh, but anyway, let's continue. So, first things first. Before we continue, let me quickly wipe my nose here, because we have some interesting news to cover here, which I'm sure some of you guys are aware of. This is pretty gnarly news. So big up everybody in the stream who might be somebody from the UK. I'm sure some of you guys already know while going for this news. But a very popular content creator in the UK by the name of Young Philly. Sorry, I'm going to sneeze here because I've got fucking allergies. Oh my God. Am I? Come on. Oh God Almighty! Oh yeah. Okay, apologies. Oh, so a very popular content creator here in the UK. I'm called Young Philly. He also does shows with this other guy called Chunks. Has been arrested in Australia for rape. Oh God, what's wrong? Yeah, I need to buy allergy tablets right now because my fucking throat is. God Almighty. R.I.P. to the allergy people out there. God damn. So, to start again from the beginning, a very popular content creator from the UK called Young Philly has unfortunately been arrested in Australia for rape. Yes, you heard that right, rape. Young Philly, I'm sure some of you guys are aware of him. Also does shows with Chunks. They do a bunch of shows here in the UK. They've got shows together. They do shows individually. Young Philly also does music. And they're just probably the biggest people here. I'd say Young Philly and Chunks are probably akin to like a Drewski in the US in terms of level of fame and shit. And because I think as well, they also weirdly, even though they're not really PG friendly, they kind of are in a way. So they have that extra bit of fame. Like, they're famous within a group of young kids anyway who love them, but they're also famous with like super young kids because for some reason they're also seen as PG friendly. I'm not too sure why that's the reason, because some of the content I've seen from them, they do talk about, adult things and shit, but for some reason kids also seem to gravitate to them and they have a big following that way, in the same way that, a KSI and those kind of guys have as well. So they're very, very popular. And they obviously, I think in the last few years, they've become more popular and been able to sort of like do their own things separately without always being together, which is obviously a marker of like success, where you don't need to always go around traveling as at the duo. You can kind of do your own things and kind of succeed. And weirdly enough, this particular occasion, if I'm not mistaken, Young Philly's out in Australia doing his thing, and Chunks is in the UK and he was doing, work for another group of people called SDS. I think they do like football stuff and shit. So they were doing a show at the Hackney Empire actually. So he wasn't even with Chunk. He wasn't really with Philly. So they're separate at this point in time. So can you only imagine what that phone call must have been like when you got that phone call about his boy getting arrested for rape? So it's pretty serious allegations here. So let's watch the video. This is courtesy of Twitter, I saw. I think it's an Australian news TV program that's covering what happened to Young Philly. And then we'll, of course, read the article. And then we'll kind of go on with that and kind of, surmise and try to figure out what the hell is going on here. So this is the news clip that featured the arrest of Young Philly and gives some details about what happened. They're calling him a DJ, by the way. A DJ extradited to Perth. Let's play it.
We begin with breaking news, and a popular musician and YouTuber from the UK known as Young Philly has been extradited from Queensland to WA, accused of serious sexual assault allegations following an incident in Perth. Straight to our reporter, Rachel Clifford, for the details. Rachel, the 29-year-old, has been charged with multiple offences.
Multiple? God damn!
Lara, they are serious offences. He's facing 4 counts of sexual penetration without consent.
When they say 4 counts of sexual penetration, does that mean 4 different people? Or does that mean on 4 different occasions? Does that mean 4 different occasions with the same person? Or does that mean 4 different people? God damn.
3 counts of assault occasioning
bodily harm. There he is now. God almighty. God almighty. Walking through an airport in handcuffs. The only thing more scary than this is being escorted off an airplane in handcuffs. Like, you know, when you're leaving, like you're about to go on your holiday, you're excited. You've been waiting all this time to go. And then something happens and you get arrested and you get taken off of it. That's, you know, beyond embarrassing and heartbreaking. But could you imagine, like, being taken to the airport to go to this other place? Because I guess he was in another place. I guess he was in another part of Australia. So they had to go on the plane and then... Holy shit. You have to just stand there by the fucking check-in, by the, what you call it, check-in desk, whatever, with the guys in handcuffs and just confirm your details, and they do all the things to pass you. It's like, Jesus Christus.
And 1 count of impeding another person's normal breathing or circulation.
Oh! Impeding somebody's breathing and circulate. You mean like strangling them? You mean like literally silencing them? God damn, Philly.
From the sex assault squad say the 29-year-old man said...
You've been investigated by the sex assault squad. So it's not even the girl that's pressing the charges. The sex assault squad is. Sex assault squad. Holy shit. That puts a whole different meaning on SAS, isn't it?
Sexually assaulted a woman in her 20s in his Perth hotel room after he performed at an event in Hillary's on September 28. The man, a well-known DJ from the UK, Andre Philippe...
Is it a DJ, a rapper, or a YouTuber? Who knows? Who knows? Because now he's dirty in the name of DJs. Don't sully the name of my fucking occupation and my passions. Don't put him with us. Put him with the fucking rappers. Let him be with the rappers. Right? EDBD, mindy, mo. Whatever his fucking tunes are. Don't put him with the DJs. Put him with the rappers. Let him hang over there with the rappers. He's not with us.
Hey, Valencia Barrentos, also known as Young Philly, was taken into custody in Brisbane and extradited to Perth last night under police custody. He'll face Perth Magistrates Court today, and Lara officers are asking anyone with further...
To be fair...
...further information to contact Crime Stoppers.
To be fair, every time I see him do these type of videos, I always thought he was a bit wrong and anyway. I'm not going to lie. These type of videos and shit always gave me wrong and vibes, you know? He's way too old to be acting like this. Like all this like, you know? These kind of like Tourette's fucking clips and shit. Again, like, you know, and the over giggling and shit. Like, I don't know. Mandem to mandem. Mandem are out there. Mandem to mandem. Mandem to mandem. Be real. Are you surprised? Be really real with yourself. Just sit with yourself. And again, I don't really consume much of their content because it's not for me. But from the clips I've seen of them, especially this guy, he's given the vibe of somebody that never got girls in school. Mandem know. Real mandem out there who watch their content know. Guys who didn't get girls in school have a thing about them. They just emit some sort of vibe, aura, smell, perfume, aroma. You know what I'm talking about. Those guys are the ones you should watch out for, because once they get some money, it's almost like not to put academics in the same thing. Because he didn't do this, but it's almost like an academics thing. It's like a Revenge of the Nerds. When those type of guys do get money, when they do get fame, they make girls feel it. Like they make girls feel it. Oh, what? You turned me down when I was broke and you didn't, and you thought I was ugly and corny. Cool. Now I've got money. Now what? You know what I mean? They make you feel it. Like they make you feel it. And they can go dark very quickly. And again, I don't know this guy. I'm just reporting on stuff I'm seeing online. I'm a loser. I'm a nobody. I live in my parents' basement. I'm poor. I'm fat. I'm ugly. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot. I'm dumb. All these things. But my immediate impression when I saw this done online, I was like, bro, this guy's a neek, innit? This guy's an absolute neek. Like somebody like legitimately, you know, fair play. He did what he did. He's very famous. He got there. Well done to him. Congratulations. You obviously resonated with people. But when it came to girls and that, I was looking at this guy like, I don't know, man. This guy seems a little bit fishy. And then just like clockwork, like the universe is fucking weird, isn't it? Didn't you guys recognize? I felt like within the last 18 months, there's been like an anti-Young Philly campaign going on social media. A lot of young girls have been poking their head out, especially on TikTok. And TikTok, if you go on there and, you know, sign up onto TikTok, I dare you. Sign up to TikTok without an account and see what your feed gives you. They'll give you fucking loads of clips of fucking young girls twerking and shit. It's the home of like girls under 22 twerking and doing like sexy dance in front of the mirror. So all those types of girls who I think are too young for him, personally. If you're 29 years old dating like, it's a bit much to me personally. But hey, what do I know? A lot of those young girls are very brave. And some of them were speaking up like in code and riddles, a little bit vaguely, like, who's this guy that I once, you know, met after the show and he creeped me out and I had to run away. Like, they do all those kind of weird things. And I felt like I was seeing loads of those clips online about him. And I thought, you know what, there's something, when I saw that, I was thinking, you know what, my earlier suspicion about this guy being a bit of a neek was true. Because all these girls are popping out saying that they saw him allegedly after shows or at meet and greets and they all got creeped out. They all got creeped out. They all was like, bro, how can you, like, the UK isn't like America. The UK, there's like a very small pool of, let's say, urban celebrities. A very small pool. So if you are a prominent urban celebrity, you can clean up in a way you can't clean up in America. Because there's not many of us. So when you do pop like they did, like Chunks and Philly, they popped through the mainstream, you can clean up. Like, and I mean clean up with the girls. All you need is a fucking mop. All you need is a fucking brush. Like, you can clean up. So if you're doing too much, that must mean you're a real creep. Because most girls in this country who like guys like this, if you got a bit of fame and money, they're gonna be down anyway. Just be cool, be calm, hang out, be chill, relax. But the moment you start to creep out those type of girls who are already, you know, eager to be fans of you, to be stans of you, to be groupies of you, willingly, you know, they do it willingly. Happy to do it, happy to record it, speak about it, whatever. If you can creep out those girls, you're a real monster. You're a real monster. And as you know, as the saying goes, my parents always used to say, whatever you do in the dark will come to light. It came to light. And imagine of all the girls allegedly, let's say allegedly, imagine of all the girls allegedly this guy may or may not have done some madness to in the UK. Who have given him grace. Because that's the thing about some dudes who don't understand when it comes to like interactions with women and shit. Sometimes a lot of girls will give you motherfuckers grace. You'll treat them badly. You'll say some mad shit. You'll be a piece of shit. Blah, 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 blah. And they'll give you grace. They'll let you live. They'll just won't talk to you anymore. They'll cut communication, block, whatever. But they'll give you grace. They just won't air you out like that. But some of you motherfuckers don't learn and you don't change your behavior. You just be like, oh yeah, I got away with that one. Let me get away with it again. Nah, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. And it's just funny to me, you know, in a weird way, that most likely he got away with bad shit here. And then the one place he didn't get away with it is in Australia. However hundreds of miles away it is. Somebody over there finally got the courage to be like, you know what, enough's enough. Nah, no more. And put their foot down, allegedly. Because again, we don't know what's going on. Absolutely crazy news. Let's read the article about it. There's quite a few articles here. So let's read the first one. West Australian news, right? Big up West Australian news. UK YouTuber Young Philly extradited to Perth to face rape charges after he alleged hotel assault after a rap show. God almighty, bro. You're in Australia, bro. How many people get to go to Australia? I'm a bit of a trouble bug. I haven't been to fucking Australia. You're being invited to Australia to do a show. On your own, probably. No openers. I don't know what he's doing at his show. Whether or not he's rapping, singing, DJing, doing a bit of comedy on stage, whatever. All in. Imagine he's displaying all of his talents. You're being invited to Australia, bruh. Do the show. Cash your money. Take your pictures. Hang out with the locals. Do some shots. Go back home. Go to your hotel room and sleep. What are you doing? Honestly. Like, yeah. And the mad thing about Young Philly and Chunks as well, they're very main in a weird way, even though they're like blown up on YouTube, they're also very mainstream. You see these guys on like JD Sports adverts and shit. Like they're on like adverts on TV and shit. It's like, what? Like, oh, God almighty, man. I don't know. Anyway, YouTuber and British rapper Young Philly has been extradited to Queensland from Perth to face claims that he sexually assaulted a woman in a hotel room after he performed that show at the Hillary's nightclub. Actually, how far is Queensland to Perth by plane? Because why are they taking a plane? Is it that far? But I guess Australia is a huge place, right? That's probably why I'm assuming. Maybe it's on one side or the other. Oh shit, it's massive. Fucking hell. It's 47 hours driving, so that's why they had to take a plane. Okay, cool. I get it. Fucking hell. Brisbane's on that side as well. That's a fucking whoa. I didn't know it was that far. Jesus Christ. Okay, cool. So WA police have charged a 29-year-old rapper whose real name is Andres Felipe Valencia Barrentos with sexually assaulting a woman aged in her 20s on September 28th after the show in Bar 1. Sexual assault squad detectives traveled to Brisbane on Wednesday to extradite the musician who had performed at the Havana nightclub 2 days earlier. Barrientos was charged with 4 counts of sexual penetration, consent with 3 counts of assault occasioning bodily harm and count of impeding a person's normal breathing or circulation by applying pressure on the neck. He is due to face the Perth magistrates on Thursday. The charges do not suggest the allegations are proven. The accused is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Yep, that's true. God, look at his face. Look at his face in that picture. Look at his face in that picture. Oh my God. Look at his face in that picture. His face. What? This guy crashing down. I'm sorry, but you know me, man. I'm an anarchist at heart, man. When I see these sort of demises in real time, it just makes me laugh. Look at his face, bro. That updated picture. Hold on, we'll play it in a minute. Look at his face. Look at his eyes. Look. Oh my God. Oh, anyway, let's read it. The Hillary's event was marketed as the ultimate evening escapade where ticket holders could see the personality who is originally from the UK. The event promises a seamless blend of spontaneity, humor, and music that'll have you talking for weeks. The rapper talking for weeks. Yeah, you got that right. The rapper started musical career in 2017 and kickstarted YouTube calling in 2013 and regularly contributing to the online British collective Beta Squad, Wi-Fi, previously collaborating with the group The Sidemen. To be fair, the name should have given girls a moment of pause. Hooking up with a guy from Beta Squad or hooking up with somebody from a crew called Sidemen. Like, imagine proudly calling yourself Sidemen. It's like calling yourself a hype beast and being proud of it. You're in a what? Beta Squad. Why would you want to be a beat? Like, why? But one thing I give him a lot of credit for is using the fame of YouTube to propel his horrible music. Because he's up there, like, he's got like KSI levels of talent and music, like none whatsoever. But when you're famous in one area, you could always segue that or parlay that into another area, which is a good way to go about things. That's why I realized one day when I was DJing and I was live streaming actually at Pirate Studios to a crowd of like 10 people. I was like, you know what I actually should be doing is focusing on this pod, getting this to a level where it's high, becoming famous myself, and then saying, hey guys, I can DJ. You know, that's what I should be doing, because celebrity trumps skill. No one gives a fuck that I'm good or that I am really good and shit at it. They just care whether or not I'm known or not. So a better way to go about things, hey, get famous and then use that fame to kind of propel all your other shit. You know what I mean? Let's continue. His songs have attracted more than 10 million streams on Spotify. He has collaborated with fellow British rapper H on a song called Grey, with a music video viewed more than 2.5 million times. On the back of his online success, 29-year-old has hosted several shows on BBC Network, including a dating show called Hot Property, which ran for 3 seasons, and his show called Young Philly Celeb Lock-In. He also appeared in Channel 4's The Great Celebrity Bake Off. Like, this is mainstream as it gets, bro. God damn it. Again, I think he's got the perfect balance of fame, him and Chunks, actually. That ability to be like YouTube famous, but also have a bit of TV fame. In the UK, especially, again, a small island like ours, you're basically as famous as David Beckham. that kind of level of fame because everyone's seen you on TV and on YouTube. Like, there's not much content to kind of go around over the UK. So, you know, you live life very, very well. But unfortunately, it looks like he's kind of thrown it all away. He uses his huge social media following, more than 6 million fans on TikTok and Instagram alone, to share countless modeling pictures sponsored by several companies, including online fashion giant ASOS. Yo, look at this article, man. They know what they're doing, man. They're mentioning all of his sponsors, all the places he's worked for, knowing full well that when this goes out, this is going to go viral, and all these people he worked for are going to want to distance themselves with him and say, you know, we're not working for him anymore. So essentially cancelling him forever, even though he hasn't been proven in a court of law, because he is innocent until proven guilty. It sounds crazy what he's been accused of, but he is innocent until proven guilty. But them naming all of his sponsors is legitimately like, it's like they're encouraging the cancellation. He's sponsored by ASOS, Channel 4, Great British Bake Off, EA Sports, Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Red Bull Racing, Mobos. Like, they're mentioning all of his collaborators, hoping that one of them's gonna panic. Oh mate, his phone must be absolutely blowing up right now. His social media pages also show that he's attended swanky VIP events, including Las Vegas Grand Prix, paid for by gaming company EA Sports F1, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix as a guest race of the Red Bull Racing. He also has been endorsed by major brands, including McDonald's, UK chain Primer. Oh my god, he was getting paid, yo. Oh, the pain. Oh my god. Oh my god. He was securing a bag. I didn't know he was this fucking paid. McDonald's, Primark, and Captain Morgan. Liquor, fast fashion, and fucking fast food. Are you dumb? That bag is crazy. Oh. And it's not even like one bag. It's multiple bags. So when those invoices get paid, those are mad fucking wires dropping at the same time. Blimp, 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 with many commas. And you chucked it all away for being rapey, allegedly. God damn. Okay, let's look at the updated article here that features his face when he looks really sad. Okay, oh damn. Come on, man. Let's give that to me without the paywall. Come on, don't be dumb. Let's see if this works. But Jesus Christ, young Philly. What were you doing, brother? Cool, there we go. Young Philly. Let's see what it says here. Young Philly, British rapper, granted bail. So the update, as of today, October the 10th on Thursday, 1:50 p.m. is that Young Philly got granted bail. So he got granted bail. He's out. He's out on bail. He bust case, as they say here in the UK. Philly bust case. Oh, Philly bust case, bro. Shit. British YouTuber Young Philly has been granted bail but has been ordered to stay in WA after he was charged with sexually assaulting a woman at Perth Hotel after a show. WA police charged a 29-year-old online personality, whose real name is Andres Felipe Valencia Barrentos, with sexual assaulting a woman in her 20s in early hours of September 28th. His charges include 4 counts of penetration without consent, 3 counts of assault, impeding a person's breathing. Sexual assault squad detective traveled to Brisbane on Wednesday to extradite the UK citizen after he performed a rap show at the Havana nightclub 2 days earlier. During his first appearance in Perth on Thursday, prosecutor described his alleged offence as extremely serious, with police providing photos of the alleged injuries sustained by the victim. Across her body is a history of what we say is violent acts. Oh my God. Oh my God. Providing photos of the alleged injuries sustained by the victims to Magistrate Tanya Watt. Across her body is a history of what we say is violent acts. Does that mean they probably got a rape kit as well? Yo, it might be over for man. It might be over for man. It might be over for man. Yeah? It might be over. Oh shit. What a madness, bro. So he was doing these shows, like allegedly these shows were a front to go around the world raping women and shit. Is that what we're saying? Yowzers. Yo, these pictures as well. These pictures, man. These pictures. Yo, look up your daughters, man. Look up your nieces. Fucking hell. These pictures, man. God Almighty, these pictures. And if you have not seen the pictures, him in a very loose wife. He's already skinny as it is, but the wife beater is somehow still baggy on him, so it's very loose, and it's almost like a V-neck or something. I don't know what's going on there, and he's and he's staring into the camera lens like, sex? Any sex? Por favor, any sex? That's what it looks like. He's staring into the consensual. That's what he looks like he's doing. Consensual or not. Any sex? Any sex? Any sex? Oh my God. When responding to each charge read out by the magistrates, Barrentos replied with yep before each of his responses got quieter. He looked deflated, during the appearance, and was wearing a grey jumper, the same clothes he was wearing when he was escorted through Perth Airport. Police allege that Police allege that they have CCTV footage of Mr. Barrentos and a woman leaving Bar 1 nightclub after his performance on December 27th before she entered the hotel with the influencer. So it looks like it's one of those, like, her word against his. But the recorded image, the recorded video shows them both leaving the nightclub together and going to the hotel together. And then I guess she goes to and then she ends up at the police station with all these marks on her body. Oh, yeah. The woman is alleged to have been captured on camera leaving the same hotel where the alleged offending occurred. Police said that Mr. Barrentos has access to millions of dollars while also describing him as a known ordinary accused and an influencer. The prosecution claimed that he would pose a flight risk if we granted the ability to travel, claiming there was no guarantee where he goes, considering he was born in Colombia. Oh, I'm afraid he might go back home and never be seen again. I don't know what sort of extradition, policy they have with fucking Colombia and Australia, but they're afraid if he goes back on that plane, he'll go straight to Colombia. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Oh, we will never see Philly again. He'll be like 6'9". You start doing content in Spanish, innit? You start seeing him doing content in Spanish, you know what I mean? Tengo calor. There was also a claim of a power imbalance between the complainant and the accused. He was here for a few nights during the time that there may have been further offences. The 29-year-old lawyer, Seamus Rafferty, argued that Mr. Barrentos should be released on bail on strict conditions and that his client understood that he would remain in WA for some time. So they've confiscated his passport, right? If I'm not mistaken. Magistrate Watts, after adjourning the matter for several hours, eventually granted bail to the online personality with strict conditions on Thursday afternoon. He'll be required to report to Northbridge Police Station every day until his court appearance on this. Oh my God. Oh my God. He is stranded in Australia until December 19th. Wow. It's over for man. He is in Australia by force until December 19th. And that's a report to the police station every day. I'm sure it's at a set time, probably at 6 p.m. or something. Wow. Yeah, exactly, Tommy. Australians don't play. They don't fucking play. After being handed his phone while in custody, Mr. Barrentos was ordered to provide the court after being handed. So what? They gave him back his phone, you mean? Yeah, cool. After being handed his phone, Mr. Barrentos was ordered to pay the court with $100,000 personal undertaking, which he would transfer from his bank account. So he had that easy, light work. The good thing that he's got money. That's a good thing. He's got money. So he's got money to afford the cost, because it seems like he's gonna be in Australia he's gonna be there for a long time. And I remember for a brief period of time. I remember for a very short period of time, I was reselling shoes. I used to resell sneakers back in the day, and I used to do a little hustle where I'd resell shoes from JD Sports. This was back in the day when JD Sports used to sell like cool Air Maxes. They had like infrared Air Max 90. Like I'd be selling these like Nike Air Max 90 infrared. I'm sure some of you guys know what I'm talking about. So back in the day, these shoes were readily available, infrared. These shoes are readily available in JD Sports. So I'll be reselling. Oh yeah, I'll be reselling those ones there, not the ones with the camo, the OG ones with the white and grey, right? So I'll be reselling these shoes to people in Australia and New Zealand. These particular shoes from JD Sports. Those ones I would also be reselling the laser blue ones as well. Big up the people back in the day that remember buying them from me, from forums and crooked tongues. If you know, you know. I'd also resell these. And that's when I found out the cost of living in Australia is crazy, because they were saying to me that even though I was reselling it to them for a markup plus shipping and shit and PayPal fees, they were still getting these cheaper from me than they'll be in the, domestically in Australia. So I don't know, let's say I was selling it to them for like $250 or something. They'll be selling for like $350 in like a JD Sports over there, because the cost of living there is so crazy and their currency is so fucking high. That's when I realized, oh shit, Australia is fucking crazy when it comes to the fees. So I can only imagine what it's going to cost to hire a lawyer in Australia for those amount of days that he's out there for. It's going to be bucks. It's not going to be cheap. It's going to be a lot of fucking money. So he's going to run up the bill over there to December 19th. God damn it. And he's going to want to get the best people to help. The magistrate ordered that he is banned from posting about the case, either directly or indirectly, after previous debate between the prosecution and defense around whether he could be granted the ability to use social media. His team had already arranged for someone in Perth to provide 100,000 security. He is not allowed to visit a hotel or nightclub and must not contact the alleged victim and her female associate. His conditions also prevent him from staying away from an airport while also surrendering his passport. Bro, you have to be a real nut. You have to be a real nutcase. You have to be a real nutcase going through this, going through what he's going through with those type of allegations and going to a nightclub. The fact that they have to stipulate that is fucking insane. But if you've been accused of rape and shit, you probably have other things to worry about than going clubbing. You know what I mean? But hey, I guess they have to put it in black and white just in case. Mr. Rafferty raised concerns that reporting over the case could interfere with a fair trial. All persons are equal before the court, said Mr. Rafferty. There is no evidence before you at this time to suggest it should be dealt with in the same exceptional way. These changes are not as strong as the prosecution says. It's as simple as that. I guess the issue here is that because he's a noteworthy person, I think if this was a regular civilian, I think they would probably go about it another way. But because this is a celebrity, I think they are, they're going to want, unfortunately, they're going to want to make an example of him if it is to be true. That this whole thing of having the media at the airport, him doing this almost perp walk through the airport, it's a little bit much, for an accusation. They haven't really provided any proof yet of anything that's happening. It's a bit much. What, were the media alerted that he was going to go through the airport? Like, it's a little bit much. And again, it's young Philly. It's not fucking Drake. You know what I mean? But, hey, who knows? All persons are equal before the court. Young Philly being escorted by authorities in Perth. Mr. Rafferty said during his appearance that he was concerned about his client spending 2 years socially isolated in Haker prison before a trial, saying he had already pre-arranged an address in WA to stay if bail was granted. The court was told the 21-year-old migrated to the UK and they got his sub-story out, innit? They got his immigration sub-story out. Even though he's a multi-millionaire, super famous guy, they had to get out the fucking the immigrant sub-story. Me and my mother, we came to England with no much money. He had to he put some twang on his voice there. All of a sudden he's a Colombian-born UK national. Oh fucking hell! Not British anymore, are you, mate? Hey. I'm on my Sargon of a Cad shit today. The court was told a 20-year-old was migrated from the UK. Mr. Rafferty said that his client did not have a criminal record and that he was a single man who had lost contact with his father. Bro, man, a bunch of us don't have fathers, man. We ain't out here raping girls in fucking hotel rooms. Fuck out of here, man. A bunch of us immigrated from war-torn countries and shit on the back of our parents, hidden in fucking suitcases. We ain't out here fucking, raping women. Like, fuck out of here. Lost his father. Deadbeat dads are deadbeat dads are the reason why some men rape. Is that what people are trying to say? Yo, men really are evil, innit? I have to respect a lot of these feminists out here. Men really are evil if we have that kind of power. You leave a kid, you don't raise him. You can grow up to be a really famous guy that also rapes on the side. Yo. Mr. Rapey said that his client could deal with not being able to post on social media if required, despite his large following of 6 million people. But he did say banning someone's access to social media completely was... wow! He was arguing for the right to use social media. I don't know about you, but if I'm young Philly, and considering the amount of... probably... considering how famous he is, I'd assume he probably has a decent sized amount of haters. If that was me and I was him, I don't want to be on social media. Don't know about you, but I don't want to be on social media until I win this case, until I can come back on the internet and say, yeah, suck my dick. Everyone that thought I was guilty, eat that, right? Until I can come back on social media and say that, I don't want to be on social media. So the fact that his lawyer was arguing for his right to use social media is absolutely insane. Like, please, I must use it. Like, is that how addicted you are to social media? That you want to read it while you're going for a rape case? Mr. Rafferty said that a phone call between the accused and one of his friends occurred at... Mr. Rafferty said a phone call between the accused and one of her friends occurred at 5:30 a.m. on September, but nothing of the alleged sexual encounter with the influence was mentioned until the day later. Oh, the fucking lawyer is going for the fucking HSTikkyTokky defense. Obviously, if she reported the time, why she go back to the hotel room then? Why she go back to the hotel room? She wants to get a long dicky. Like, that HSTikkyTokky guy, bro. If ever somebody has probably some pending cases on them, is that guy. Like, what? Because she didn't report it that instant, or because she went back to the hotel room, that means consent doesn't exist. If a girl goes back to a hotel room and changes her mind, like, that's not allowed. You have to pin them down and cover their mouth. Is that what you're saying? All right, cool. Yo, some of these guys are wrongers on the internet, bro. Mr. Rafferty claimed that if the allegations were to be heard before a jury, whether the complaint gave consent would form a large part of the case. He said that there was a discrepancy around how much alcohol was consumed by the alleged victim and her friend. So she was there with a friend and not just by herself. According to Mr. Rafferty, the complaint is alleged to have said she only had a few drinks and was aware of her surroundings, but the comments made by the friend potentially disputed this. He said that the friend claimed to have consumed 12 drinks, including tequila shots, while also saying the alleged victim was more intoxicated than her. Police asked to speak with one of the alleged witnesses linked to the case and said that the investigation remained ongoing. He traveled to WA as part of a rap tour. Oh, who is he? What is that an H tour then? Who's the rap tour with? Is he on tour with H or something? Is that what they're trying to say? Huh. Several supporters of Young Philly, including the three gentlemen who attended his bar one performance, were sitting in the courtroom on Thursday. Wow. Really? Okay. Outside, one of the fans was shocked to learn the allegations. Three men believed to be linked to Young Philly ran away from waiting media outside the court, including one man who skipped his way around cameras early on Thursday. So some of his fans came to go watch him as well. Shit. So, what do I think happened? Do I think Young Philly is guilty of this? I'm going to say, in this sense, because the allegations are so serious, it should be innocent until proven guilty, really, right? But we also know that when it comes to sexual assault, a lot of women don't go and prosecute these type of things, or don't go and file, they don't report them, basically, unfortunately. It's really tragic how low the fucking conviction rate is when it comes to sexual assault and rape. So you would think that if it's gone to this level, even though I don't think it's a woman that filed the case, I think it's the sexual assault, whatever department, they're the ones that brought it to him. So the basically the feds in that regard over there did it. So you would assume if that woman is cooperating and providing evidence, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, She was unwilling to report it herself. Then it got brought by the prosecutors, and now they are prosecuting it. And she is, she's taking part and contributing evidence. It's just like, yo, it's looking mad, man. It's looking crazy. It's looking crazy out here for the guy. And then on social media, obviously on the UK side of social media, people are, dancing on the guy's grave. I didn't really know he was I knew it was popular. It's very popular in the UK. Again, I don't watch much of that content. It's just not for me, that type of content that they make. But I am aware of how popular they are here and famous and shit and rich. But I never assumed that he also had this level of like haters as well. Because there's a bunch of people online who I feel like are really reveling in the fact that young Philly is maybe gonna go down for this very, very serious allegation here. Loads of really interesting memes. Roberto De Zerbi when he finds out young Philly was in Charlton's academy. Oh, honestly, people are fucking too much. Chunks trying to break young Philly out of Australian prison like Michael Schofield. God almighty, man. Honestly, the internet is too much. Young Philly interviewing girls 7 years ago in 2017. What's this about? Oh, is this going to be incriminating evidence? Is this going to be incriminating evidence? Oh my God. How do they always find these clips? These old clips that resurface that make someone look sus. Let's see this clip.
To the question, babe, yeah?
So there's no other brothers or sisters.
Your hair smells nice, though. What
Thank you.
conditioner do you use?
It's coconut oil.
Oh, no composure, man. No composure, man. No composure. You're presenting at Wireless. This is your job. Bro, just interview the cute girls, make some fucking cheeky jokes here and there, but you really need to be smelling her hair and be like laying it on this thick, really. You know, a couple fucking, you know, cheeky jokes here and there. You know, like, bloody hell. Like, do you need to go this far though? Really? Oh, God. Oh, this is hurting my soul. This is so cringe.
Look good as well. What's that? Oof. Your one jiggles as well. Oof.
Emily.
Come a bit closer to me, Emily. I don't stink. And your name is?
Gracie.
Emily and Gracie, ladies and gentlemen. You've got great skin, by the way.
A tortoise.
Reflection.
Clever.
Yo, come near me. I don't stink. That's like, is that like the advanced version of like, can I get a hug? Or where my hug at? Or give me a kiss?
As well. Oof.
Emily.
Come a bit closer to me, Emily. I don't stink.
Oh.
And your name is?
Gracie.
Emily and Gracie, ladies and gentlemen. You've got great skin, by the way.
A tortoise.
Reflection. Look, we're holding hands now, see? Now that I've won some riddles, she's saying, oh, you're a strong, independent man.
All of them.
Okay, and you're, ooh, yeah? White gal's tick as well, look after you.
This is a HR nightmare, man. This is a HR nightmare. I bet you, I just, knowing how this country is and knowing how people are here, I can almost bet you at least one of those girls said something after, like about feeling uncomfortable. They looked fine on the camera. They were giggling and shit along with it. They were playing along. But I bet you at least one of them said something. I bet you. Which might explain why he doesn't do this anymore. Why he didn't come back the following year or something. I don't know. I'm talking my ass, but oh my God, man. There's so much unnecessary touching. And like, you know, like just interlocking hands, like grabbing bare skin. It's like, bruh, like, just do your job. It's kind of a cool job. It's at the festival. You're interviewing girls that are passing by. Hey, what's your favorite Chris Brown song? What's the one song you play during a breakup? You know, whatever these questions are. And in those questions, you could probably be a bit cheeky and maybe say something, but not this far. You know, not like, God damn. He's out here interlocking fingers with these strange girls. With these strangers. Without permission too. Like, hey, come here closer. Touch me. God damn. And don't get me wrong, it's funny. I'm sure some of the girls think he's handsome and shit. But just an unnecessary dice to roll. Unnecessary. Risk to take.
Ooh. Don't hide. Come here. Ooh, mind where you put your head. Yeah?
It's Adam. It's obviously Adam.
Oh, you're amazing. Oh my God. Great pair of legs as well.
Huh?
Nothing. You best mind that I don't. Ooh. Yeah? All right, listen, I got a next one for you, yeah? I can't even... You see, if I started grabbing your waist and controlled you, I would have got excited. So that's why I just step back and let you do what you're doing. No, wait. Let's end it there.
You have to even mention. You see what I mean about guys that never got girls before? You see what I mean about guys that never got girls? And then they get famous and they just lose composure. No composure. Why you have to say that for? You made it weird. You instantly made it weird. She's okay. She's joking around with you. Gave you a little bit of a da-da-da. And here you are. If I would have grabbed it, I would have felt that. My piece would have been hard. I would have been busting. Like, bro, whoa. Guy. We've all been to... He's the type of guy that legitimately gets, like, horny at a carnival, innit? You know it, innit? We all go to carnival, you know, have a bit of a wine. You could have, like, 17 wines and you're not fucking, you know, frothing at the mouth to rip somebody's fucking bra off. This guy's the opposite, though. I mean, he's whining like hard. You know those guys that whine hard, like You know those kind of guys. You know those guys that whine hard. The ones that wear sweats so they can feel. You know what I mean? They wear like Under Armour shorts and shit. They don't want no constriction. They leave the Amiris at home. Oh my god. Oh. And people were calling Chunks a prude, you know, because he's religious and, you know, he doesn't do this type of stuff. But Chunks compared to him is a prude because this guy is a lot. This guy is a lot. Oh my god. Oh.
The car. We end it there, yeah? All right, lock off the camera.
The only defense I could give for him on this, for this was in 2017. This was at a time where he was just becoming like famous as well on YouTube. So he was enjoying, like, you know, it's like, imagine you're grinding on YouTube. I can't imagine what it must feel like, but imagine you're grinding and then you step out in public and your first like real big public thing is going to Wireless, but you get booked by Wireless and you're there amongst people who watch your content because Wireless is like a young people's festival. So everyone that goes to Wireless probably knows who you are. So it's the first time you've been outside since you've been grinding on YouTube. You get the comments, you get the DMs, that's one thing. But then suddenly you're seeing all your fans in real life in the festival. So maybe it just got to his head and the sun was shining and he got a bit fried. But I don't know, man. I just saw too many lapses in composure that make me think, oh, a guy like that, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, a guy like that won't be able to like turn it down in the hotel room. Because sometimes, you know, we've all been there before. You arrange a thing, all lights are green, and then you get to the end point and suddenly the person changes their mind. And then you just have to kind of like, you know, cool, whatever. It is what it is. Go separate ways. But I think a guy like that will find it hard to like down regulate, you know? To like shift down gears. Once someone said, oh, you know what? I'm actually not feeling it. Come on, babes, man. Come on, man. Why you being done for? Why'd you come back then, innit? Well, why you being done for? Ooh, why you being done for? Ooh. Come on, quickly. I said no, repeatedly. Now, quickly. What? She said no. Oh, God. Let's continue. Me liking every young really hate tweet on my timeline. Absolutely hilarious. LV General seeing... Oh, who's LV General? Okay, I guess LV General is one of the haters, right? Of Young Philly. LV General, after seeing the Young Philly news. Such a weirdo. Never liked Young Philly since this. What do you say here? What do you say here? You see what happens when people don't like you. They start to gather all these deets of all these past indiscretions that you did. Some of them are probably not even linked to what you've actually going through, but they link them anyway because they don't like you. That's what being unlikable does. Being unlikable is pretty, you know, profitable when it is, because when you're unlikable, people sometimes tune in to hate watch you. But when you do go down, people queue up to kick you when you're down. So let's see this video.
You know I hate him. I genuinely hate him. Bro, imagine we're walking out. I'm like, yo, Philly, I'm just trying to chat to him. He's like, Chuck's cousin. I don't even remember. Out of nowhere. And you know, one time we get the worst thing he's ever said to me.
my
Brother,
days.
Cleveland, I'll never forget this day, you son of a... But imagine, he's next to me, yeah, and I'm trying to show him something on my phone. I was like, hey, Philly, look at this. He grabbed my head like this, bro. He was like, listen, just as well as your cousin, I'm the reason you're here.
No.
Oi,
You need to chill. You need to chill.
No reason.
I'm horrible.
As well as your cousin.
It affected him. Yeah. Why do you still remember?
Word for word. Word for word.
Well, I want to say now, my brother, I love you.
No, I get you. I understand you. You know I hate him. I genuinely hate him. Bro, imagine we're walking.
That's not even funny, innit? Like, it's just not even funny. Even at the time, like, it's only funny because he's got clout and money. Because he's got clout and money and he's laughing, it makes it funny. But it isn't even funny. If what he said is true and that happened, that's not funny. That's just rude. That's just mean. Right? That's somebody like literally, you know, liking the smell of their own farts. That's somebody that's literally getting crazy and getting a little bit maniacal with the power and with the money. Hence that fucking laugh that he did, right? Like, there's nothing funny about this story at all. Zero. I don't think so anyway. Maybe I'm fucking, you know, getting a little bit crazy with this, but there's nothing funny about this at all. Zero funny about this. Fucking hell. No way young Philly was about to force an 18-year-old into a nasty behavior. Oh! Hold on. Why is he grabbing up that girl's neck?
Okay, look.
Big up Young Old Vibes, by the way. Look at the timing. Young Old Vibes. He's the type of guy to grab you by the face and hands and tongue kiss you in the club. Exactamente. Exactamente. He's not even a wear your hug at. He's not even wear my hug at kind of guy. He's the type of person to be like, give me a kiss. He puts his cheek there, and then when you're about to lean in, he turns and faces you with his lips. You know, like that kind of madness. Let's see this clip with fucking I Show Speed.
Okay, look. Monkey see, monkey do.
By the way,
Choking her?
I Show Speed is the one that can maintain composure. If you watch some of his streams, he maintains composure pretty well for the occasions that he's in. That's how guys that have got girls before they were famous act. You know, like there's some cheeky jokes here and there, but it's never like, it will never make you feel uncomfortable. It's kind of just banter. Whereas I think this Philly guy is like, you know, he's on some demon time. Like, he wants the cameras off as soon as possible. He wants to get naked right now, you know? He wants to get naked right now.
Okay, look. Monkey see, monkey do. Not crazy. Choking her?
Look at the friend. Look at the friend. Look at the friend's eyes. Look at the friend's eyes. Yo. Look at the friend's eyes. He's scaring away all the hoes. Oh, shit.
No, it wasn't like a choke. It was more like a... You know what I mean?
What else? Yeah, see, look.
What?
Yo, okay.
Monkey see, monkey do, bro.
All right.
Okay, look.
Just make your content, bro. Just make your content, man. Capitalize on your content. You're there with your guy. I think that was in Brazil this time, right? You're with some cute Brazilian chicks. They want to get some clout off it too. They want to build up their profile. Just make the content, man. Just play into the thing. Make the content. Do you know what I mean? Just play like, be playful. Make the content. There's no need to like turn it up this way. Like maybe later off camera if that the need, you know, requires. But there's no need to turn up this much on camera. Like it's just too much. Again, lack of composure. Where's the water? Chunks looking at Young Philly after hearing the news. Lows. Young Philly is the result of a guy who did not get checked by his boys at all for weird behavior towards women. Too many guys. Man, shut up, man. Fucking pick me ass comment, man. Fuck off out of here, man. There's guys doing madness in your fucking family you don't know. Guys do madnesses all the time and keep it fucking secret. What are you talking about? His friends probably didn't know. Wait, what are you talking about? His friends probably didn't know. His friends probably found out about all the madness the same way we're finding about the madness on social media. They don't know. They had no idea. Guys can do loads of shit, loads of dirt behind the scenes, and no one will fucking know. It's all about checking your friends. And who's checking friends? Who does that? What are you talking about, bro? People have friends taking a piss out of them every day. Not returning their phone calls, you know, saying they're going to meet them at a certain time and turning up an hours late. You don't check them. Now you want to suddenly check your friend that does like, come on. Shut up, man. Shut up. Shut up. These all pick-me-ass fucking comments. Oh, check your friends. Check who? You don't even check your family. Check your friends. All right, cool. However, like, and it's not my business. I don't give a fuck. Not my fucking business. I don't do it. I want to check people like, what? Fuck off. How's everyone's gonna be waking up to Chunks and all the Beta Squad members after hearing the allegations? Yeah, this is a great video. This is a fucking great video, man. Always comes up.
Hey, you know they got your mans. They got your mans on sex assault charges. Yeah, the nigga you be hanging with. The nigga you be hanging with. Oh, yeah, sex offender. And it was your man. It was your boo. I heard you grew up with him. That's crazy, man. You ain't know what he was doing? You ain't feel bad at all? Like, no guilt? Hey.
Okay, can't believe I'm seeing words about how Harry Pinero would never, about the whole young Philly thing. Don't use someone's accused of crime of opportunity to uplift somebody who's also a weirdo. Okay, let's see this one. Oh, not Harry Pinero, man. He's a fellow United fan. He's a fellow United fan, not Harry Pinero. No way. Let's see this clip. Fuck.
I don't want to say who it is, yeah, but man clarted this girl and her ute was on the bed. At the edge of the bed.
You've done that. You've done it.
At the edge.
Man said, don't judge it. You done that.
I'm laughing to the edge of the bed.
What's not gonna ban them? What's that though?
And it was early doors as well. The baby just woke up. And she breastfed him. He was like, it was probably like 9 months.
9 months? No, it's not about remember it. You had to you stopped for her to you stopped for her to feed.
She was obviously I was trying to do my thing and then he went,
so you stopped and
so obviously she breastfed, she was there for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I was even trying to
I know.
She was like stop.
Wow.
Your nigga need to go to jail. You are a sicko.
To be fair, as sick as this story is, this is also more a reflection on the woman and just them two as people. It's not really a creepo story. It's more a reflection on them as people, that they're both engaging in this, on this sexual activity with a child. Like, that isn't his. You know what I mean? That's a bit mad. It speaks, like, it is what it is. But I don't think this is a rapey story. Again, people are... If you hate the guy, fair enough. But you gotta, like, have... You know what I mean? You gotta bring something else to the fucking table. You can't be sharing a story that is a bit, a bit sus, a bit weird, a bit much, but still, it's just, consenting adults doing what they're doing. The circumstances around it were fairly unappealing and quite depressing, to be honest. But I don't think this is anywhere close to what young Philly's been accused of. In all person, my personal opinion. But again, what do I know? Young Philly first day in prison. What's this about?
Dos, négro, putain! Dos, cachu, négro!
Cachu.
Attends, joue pas avec ma bite, négro! Joue pas avec ma bite! Dos, négro! Dos, putain! Dos, cachu, négro!
Cachu. Young Philly cancelled, people smoking or something. Young Philly's going to be in the courtroom saying, man said you've been sentenced to 20 years in prison. LB General after hearing the Young Philly news. Oh my God. This angry dream clip of him calling Young Philly last night is too crazy. Oh, was that him calling Young Philly last night? What? Let's see this one.
It's 1 a.m. It's 3 p.m, mate. It's 3 a.m. over there. Doesn't matter to Philly. He'd love to know. Welcome to the EE. Connection gone because it's so far away. Obviously, Australia's here and we're here. That's why. Connection's lost there. Yeah, connection's gone there, hasn't it? Try the WhatsApper.
Okay, he's trying the WhatsApp. Let's see what
I'll just send him a voice note. Hiya, mate. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying the Australian life. I hope you're not... Oh, actually.
What? What's wrong with the Australian life?
I was going to do something there. I was going to a nice little joke there. The previous rumours of that going about. But I just thought I'd give you a ring now, just to make sure that you were fully aware about the situation that's going on at home.
I don't know. Cool. Young Philly's lawyer after hearing about his recent allegations on X on Twitter. If you look up Young Philly, you will realize women in the UK have been already saying this about him. Not one, but multiple women have come videos explaining how he was to them. I remember watching and thinking there's no smoke without fire. Let's see if we can find some of those videos. I want to see one of those videos of those girls. Angry Ginger Young Philly at the next Curve and Turf play. Let's see if I can find them. Because I remember there was one particular one of some white girl where she was talking about her experience of Young Philly and it was crazy. Yeah, Young Philly is a disgrace. World famous, single, rich, 29 years old, thousands of female fans, millions of followers across social media platforms, heavily religious, within a heavily religious friend group. Yet he still resorted to sexual assault to fulfill his desires. Joke, man. Yeah, exactly. Exactamente. It's like I said, it's even worse in the UK because there's just not that many urban celebrities. And only within the last 20 years has there been like urban celebrities that have kind of broken into the mainstream. Like legitimate and being themselves. Like you can go onto mainstream TV in a tracksuit, you know, with your fucking, you know, speaking your slang on TV and no one gives a fuck. Back in the day, you had to be somewhat whitewashed. But now you can be truly yourself on a mainstream scale and get paid for it. So you can clean up in this country. If you're that type of guy that wants to start, you know, sticking your dick into everything that moves, you can really go crazy here. With consenting adults that are more than game to be fans of yours in that way. So for you to resort to this sort of shit, you're a real monster. Because there's plenty of groupies out there that will be willingly, especially if you go to like smaller towns and you know, especially if you're touring the country, not just in London, you're gonna be that guy. So from time you're doing this sort of stuff, you're a real monster. You're a real monster. Real monster. Young Philly's definition of you never know truly who you're watching, supporting, acting, who's supporting is actually disappointing if it turns out to be true, and credit to the victim. Exactly. This is probably how most fans feel. That's the conflicting thing. I think I heard someone else say that as well. Who said this? Yeah, big up Asad Aziz on the stream chat. Down, bro. I was just starting to like this Philly guy. I saw the battle rap clips of them doing American accents and bars, and I thought it was funny. Yeah, that's the thing. Most young Philly fans are just going to be really annoyed and really pissed off because it must be so annoying. This guy consumes your entire content. You know, consumption. You watch him across several pods. Every other pod he goes on as a guest, you support all his shows, you buy his merch, you go and see his live shows. So he consumes a lot of your fucking content consumption in any given fucking day, month, or whatever. And now he's going down for this shit. So obviously it will come to a screeching halt, most of it, but it won't be the same. And now you have to find somebody else to go and watch. Which is nowadays quite difficult because when you found your person, you found your person. So now you're conflicted. What do I do? Continue supporting this guy that's done this thing? Or do I find someone else? Do you know what I mean? Which is also hard to find. It's like, oh yeah. So yeah, you end up letting, like, not only you let yourself down, Young Philly, you know, if this is allegedly true, you also let down a whole bunch of fans that, you know, like because I don't think there's anything wrong with parasocial relationships because unfortunately most of us don't have good real relationships, so we make up for it with parasocial ones. It just is what it is. So a lot of these people have good impressions of you, they think very highly of you, and then you really disappoint them and you make them question, you know, how they fucking view people and how they judge people by what you've allegedly been accused of. Really sad, to be fair, for the fans especially, and obviously the victims. Young Philly is done. You know how legitimate the allegations are for you to niggas to extradite and arrest you, and you have the current song about being too tempted. Yikes. What? He has a song about being too tempted. Excuse me? You have a song about being too tempted. Yo, on one side you got Chin with a song about never closing, and then on this side you got a song about him wanting to close everything that moves. Is that what we're doing now, right? So let's do Young Philly. Let's do Genius, actually. Let's do Genius. I don't know, man. Niggas who laugh like this too much, there's always something dark going on in it, innit? Let's be fair as well. Niggas are always like, you know, like too much, I don't know, man. Too much happiness, man. There's something going on there. There's something's awry. Again, I don't know much about the guy. Apologies if I'm debasing his name. But niggas are just too happy by positive vibes. Follow your dreams. Hey. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's got to be a bit of cynicism and, you know, involved there. A little bit of darkness. You have to be a little bit dark. A little bit of dark. A little bit dark. That's what I say. But again, what do I know? Okay, what do I know? Let's check this. Let's check this song, 'cause I want to see what this song is where he says he's too tempted. Girl, you're backing up into me while I'm presenting out wireless. You know you got my cocky hardy. I don't know what song it was that he was making people feel this way. Let's go. Which one is? Oh, there it's Tempted. There's a song. It's actually called Tempted. He's got a song called Grey and Tempted. So Grey, he does not know a grey area, and Tempted. Let's see this. Young Philly Tempted. Okay. Intro. Too tempted to get high. Verse 1. I'm a refugee. Oh, he's already going with a defense. He's already copping pleas. He's already making excuses. My daddy left me. That's why I rapey. I'm a refugee. My daddy raped me. My daddy left me. That's why I rapey. Yo. I'm a refugee. I came and I grew in the south side of London. It ain't uptown here, but opposite the road, you can find me in the dungeon. That's the dungeon where the man are like... Honestly, he's so shit. He deserves to be in prison for these bars. That's the dungeon where the man are like Fire Bunsen. Where I see a little action like Brunson. They don't talk. They just go off assumptions. True stories, yours and theirs, two stories. Get it? True stories, true stories. Concrete jungle where it's never safe. Honestly, concrete jungle needs to be eradicated from the lexicon of rap lyrics. I got zoo stories. I will never tell them what you do for me. Way before the glow, the gal them move naughty. Either got it or you don't. Either rape or you don't. If you say no, it means yes. I'm too tempted to get higher. Too tempted for desire. Round here the temperature's fire. Too tempted to get higher. Too tempted, I'm insider. I slipped again. It's a minor. Oh! I slipped again, but it's a minor. Excuse me? Excuse me, sir. You slipped. You slipped into a pussy. What? What? You slipped. I tripped and slipped, Your Honor. I tripped and slipped, Your Honor. Oh, God, blimey. What? What the fuck? I'm too tempted to get higher. Too tempted for desire. Round here the temperature's fire. Too tempted to get higher. Too tempted. I'm insider. I slipped again, but it's a minor. That's a double entendre you don't want. It's a minor, like it's not a big deal, and it's a minor, like it's a child. Oh my God. Too tempted. I'm inside. I slipped again. But it's a minor. That's not a minor. Slipping into some pussy is not a minor, sir. Oh my God. She keeps saying no, but it's a minor. Oh, she's crying down her phone, but I'm inside her. Yo, she's crying to the police down the phone while I'm inside her.
Hello, Scotland Yard.
Yo,
it's me,
big up.
NG Ranger from America. You know this young Philly dude?
Big up NJ Ranger. Oh God, sorry. Oh my God, honestly. I am over the moon with this shit. Oh my God. 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 I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. Oh my god. Let's go again. Remind me again. Seen her before, but can you remind me again? Selena. I recall, but remind me again. Should have seen her way that bunda arched up. She might be a freak riding the rollies from her. I might be asleep. Clean up. Had to do it. She might be a thief. Wake up when nothing's a disaster. I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know. Verse 2. She's a sweet like Ella, just like Frutella. Honestly, man, if you like his... I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. She's a sweet Ella, just like Frutella. I'm involved. Yeah. If she swell up, then I might tell her. If she swell up. What? Swell up? What the fuck is swell up? Is that new slang that I don't know? Swell up? You mean what? Like, is he saying what I think he's saying? If she swell up, then I might tell her. Huh? I'm involved. Yeah. Trying to catch a break. Hard to fight it when you're on a wave. Hard to fight when you're on a wave. And did they say how much drinks did they consume? What was it, like 1 million tequilas? He said a friend claimed to have consumed 12 drinks, including tequila shots, while also saying that alleged victim was more intoxicated than her. Oh. Trying to catch a break. Hard to fight it when you're on a wave. So it's hard to turn yourself down. It's hard to listen when she says no when you're waved. Is that what you're trying to say? Yo. Tempted said she won a taste. I tried to tell her no. Oh, okay. So now he's one saying no. But what am I say? Tempted, scrutiny, critical the way she wanna move to me. I could never, ever be used to be in the winning circles where I choose to be. But I'm tempted when it's all around me. I'm tempted. Didn't need to wear that. I'm tempted. The way she looked at me and my soul, she got me tempted. I'm too tempted to get higher. Too tempted for desire. Round here the temperature's fire. Too tempted to get higher. Too tempted. I'm inside her. I sipped again, but it's a minor. I slipped again, but it's a minor is one of the most insane bars I've heard in 2024. I slipped again, but it's a minor. Honestly, the world is just poetic, isn't it? The real world is insane. It's better than any scripted show. This guy gets arrested for rape, and then his latest song that he put out has a bar that says, too tempted, I'm inside her, I slipped again, but it's a minor. Like, you could not write this. Oh my God. Remind me again, seen her before, but can you remind me again? Selena, recall, but I remind me again. I should have seen her, but remind me again. Oh, honestly, girls out there, red flag alert. If a guy comes up to me and is like, hey, and you're talking like, hey, remind me who you are. Where I know you from? Hey, where I know you from, man? I recognize that bunda from somewhere, man. I recognize that face, those eyes. Anyone that says that kind of thing to you, run. Where I know you from, man? Where I know you from? OnlyFans, innit? Huh? Yeah, OnlyFans girl. Like, I've been busting over you or some shit. Like, yo, I don't even know you, brother. Run, please. Hey, where I know you from? Hey, yo, sweetness. Where I know you from? Come here, man. Come here. And they grab your arm. Come here, man. Come around the corner where it's dark and no one can see us. Come here. Come in this room where it's dark. Come upstairs where no one can see us. Come here, man. Like, run. Please run. If you can, please. But what do I know? I recall, but reminding me again. I should have seen her. Way that bunda arched up. She might be a freak. Riding the rollies from her. I might be asleep. Clean up. Had to do it. She might be a thief. Wake up with nothing. This is disaster. I'm too tempted to get high. Well. Going back to this. What you call it? I think I favourite this one. I think Philly showed everyone exactly who he was. To people, they just turned a blind eye to it. Young Philly already has this Beta Squad video, Guess the Convict. Chunks waking up and reading the Young Philly news. Young Philly tempted. Women were saying Young Philly was abusive months ago, but were ridiculed and accused of pulling imaginary reasons to form a hate train. Now look, LV seen the news of Young Philly. HSTikkyTokky. Yeah, oh yeah, let's see that video. Let's see that video. Oh, this is a clear one of him coming through the airport, isn't it? Damn, son. Oh.
Philly has been extradited from Queensland to WA, accused of serious sexual assault allegations following an incident in Perth.
God almighty, man. Is there anything more nightmarish than that? The only thing more nightmarish than this is maybe missing your connecting flight in Australia. Not knowing where you are and missing it. You know what I mean? Being worried you're going to miss it. Could you imagine being perp walked through an airport?
Popular musician and
on rape allegations. Can you imagine?
YouTuber from the UK known as Young Philly has been extradited from...
And they're covering your hands with a fucking jacket so people don't see that. Bro, you're being arrested. We know Wagwan, man.
Queensland to WA, accused of serious sexual assault allegations following an incident in Perth.
That's right, Lara, and it's serious. He's facing 4...
Yes, Lara, it's definitely serious. Lara, it's definitely fucking serious. And in all the faces he's got, he looks guilty. In all the headshots he's got, he just looks guilty. He looks like I did that shit. You know, he's got that I did that shit smile in every fucking headshot. I did that shit. Oh, it's so unfortunate. What's this? Chunks when Philly tries to call him for bail. Oh god, Young Philly is a prime example of what happens when the internet celebrities think they're generally untouchable and end up ruining their own lives in the most sick way. 4 counts is crazy. So what does did I say that before? What does 4 counts mean in law? In criminal litigation, a count refers to a specific charge or allegation against the defendant in an indictment an indictment or information. In common law jurisdictions like United Kingdom, United States, criminal charges are typically divided into separate counts, each specifying a particular offense. So let's see. Let's do it in a rape case. I'm curious to find out what I want for this 4 counting. In rape cases, multiple counts can refer. Multiple instances of rape that are charged together as a course of conduct. This is possible when the incidences are related to the time, place, and purpose. Charges specific to... but I still don't understand. Does it mean like each time? Or does it mean 3 count in 15 minutes? I wondered. Okay, there we go. There's somebody saying here. Somebody's asking this in the legal advice. Because I want to know, does it mean... Is 4 counts mean 4 times the same person? Or 4 different people? In the news, so this person asks, in the news, if a person is accused of rape on 3 counts in 15 minutes, I just wonder what that actually means. Edit, it's 1 accused on 1 person. Every jurisdiction is going to have different criminal statutes regarding rape and sexual assault. That said, I can't imagine that there's a time limit associated with different counts. My assumption would either be that the person allegedly raped 3 different people within 15 minutes, or that the counts are lesser included offenses for a single act of rape. But there was another friend there, wasn't it? So maybe that's what it means. So maybe 4 counts is 2 with either person. I don't know. Either way, it's a fucking madness, isn't it? It doesn't matter if it's 1 count, half a count. It's too many counts. Let's just say that it's just too many. You know, more than 0 is too many. That one person that made that random Young Philly hate tweet a few months ago. Such a goated celebration, by the way. Big up to fucking Douglas Luiz. Such a goated celebration. Oh, and it was against Colombia too. Wow, look at the fucking serendipity of that. It was against Colombia too. Fucking hell, what a goated celebration. Let's continue. Always thought Philly was a weirdo for these 2 scenarios came to mind. What?
their care and affection towards me, so it's only right that I take both. Their care and affection towards me, so it's only...
You see what I mean? Honestly, I don't... Mandem know though, innit? Mandem know. This whole like handsy, too grippy, pulley thing, like it's always sus. It's not necessary. It's what it isn't necessary. In most occasions, it's not necessary. It really is not necessary. Like if someone's into you, you're gonna know anyway. You don't need to do this like, let me pull you closer so I can fucking whisper into your ear and shit. Like, what one for this? Too handsy, like you're literally like pushing this girl's face to your lips. Like, is that what we're doing to get kisses? We're forcing girls' faces to our face to get a kiss. On a show. It's a show where maybe everyone's a bit relaxed and their fucking guards are down. They're maybe ready to be a bit more flirty for the cameras and shit. And you're still having to do this. Look how he's gripping up her neck. Look. She already is okay to be that close to you, and then you're having to fucking bend her like, yo. This guy was just too much, man. No composure, man. No composure. Absolutely no composure. Zero composure, as Brendan Shaw would say.
Affection towards me, so it's only right that I take both.
What's the other clip?
Thank you.
Now sniff a seat.
Would you want to touch her bum?
Where are you about to touch me? I'm concerned.
What? You think...
Oh, women have the best radar. He didn't even do what he went to do yet, and she already sensed the creep. She already sensed it probably from there. He's already up. She's like, what the fuck is this guy about to do? Is he about to jump on me? She already sensed that, bro, like, what are you about to do now? Where are you gonna grab me? She already sensed it. She smelt the fucking creep from ages ago. And if I'm not mistaken, this show is like a dating show, I think. If I'm not saying this particular one, I think it's the one where they have your friends speaking to you in the ear thing, and then you're obviously, trying to fucking spit game to the girl. So it's already a show that's got like a romantic, sexual vibe about it. It's a bit playful and stuff. So you don't need to go this far. It's already a show that you can kind of like, maybe be a bit playful, blah, blah, blah. But you don't need to go this far. And he's already doing it. Plus he's wearing those Christian Dior trainers that are super played out. So that's another fucking red sign. That should be another red flag. And if you meet a guy that's wearing those Christian Dior fucking shoes, those sneakers, run. Because they're shit.
Thank you.
Now sniff a seat.
Where are you about to touch me? I'm concerned.
What? You think I have a waist?
I'm sweaty though.
So? I like sweat.
Nice to meet you.
Give me a little kiss.
You see, like... Don't get me wrong. In isolation, not that big of a deal. It happened ages ago. You can't, causation doesn't equal correlation. I understand. But, brother... She's really calm with you hugging her like this anyway on like quote unquote TV, and then you have to go the extra step like and start fucking lipsing her neck. All right, whatever. I guess that's game. Whatever.
Thank you.
Now sniff a seat.
Man had McDonald's. McDonald's sponsorships. McDonald's sponsorships. JD Sports. Primark. And he just couldn't maintain composure. And now look, everything's coming tumbling down.
Your waist.
I'm sweaty though.
So? I like sweat.
Nice to meet you.
Maybe as well maybe to cut him a little bit of slack. He is Colombian, isn't it? Those South American niggas, like, big up my guys, right? My Central South American niggas, they're hot. They are hot always. They're hot always. They are hot always. And you guys know who I'm going. Them South American niggas are hot always. Do you know what I mean? They want to fuck something. You know what I mean? They want to fuck something, At all times. So maybe he just can't help it. It's just in his DNA. It's just like, it's coursing through his veins. You just want to fuck something, you know what I mean? Like, God damn, man. Like, but I don't know. That might be disparaging all my South American chicas and chicos out there. So please forgive me. Chunks had this again. Let's not blame Chunks. Chunks had definitely been in the club with Young Philly before. This guy's a creep. As if you'd think you can be that close to a person for so long and not pick up on things. Certain people turn a blind eye because it's gonna face the reality. That's different conversation though. Nah, I don't think that's fair. You can't blame Chunks for it. And I honestly do think like what we see is weirdo behavior, but I don't think anybody can say that is a is like a gateway to like raping somebody. Let's not go that far, because we all have friends or people that we know that do that type of stuff that he's doing on camera with girls. It's not cool. It's not nice. I personally have never rated that kind of game anyway. I think that kind of game of like being overly physical and getting close and almost like wearing a girl down. I've never been on that type of vibe. You know what I mean? Like if you can't get it like normal, I'm not involved. You know what I mean? Like you have to be into me too. I'm not gonna be the one like fucking chasing you like I'm a thirsty man on a desert chasing a fucking bucket of water or something. It's not happening. But I think some guys just play that way. But I also think some guys are really good at keeping their like, you know, their fuck shit and their weirdo stuff to themselves and no one knowing. And I'm more all but certain a lot of his friends had no idea what he was doing behind the scenes. If this is true, what happened? I'm sure they didn't. So let's not blame the friends. Let's blame the person that did the things allegedly. Let's not blame the friends. That's fucking crazy. And also, it wasn't like no one was saying it. People just weren't listening. Like, girls were coming out on TikTok and talking about him all the time. People just weren't listening. Celebs aren't good people. But if you thought Young Philly was a good guy, then that's on you, buddy. I don't think that guy... That's unfair, too. That guy that said here, CFC Darren, who said he was disappointed because he's been supporting Young Philly and he's, like, bummed about it. That's not somebody that thought he was a good guy. It's just a fan of his content. You're allowed to be a fan of somebody and also be disappointed when they do something that isn't cool. Like, it doesn't mean that you thought he was perfect. You just didn't expect him to rape. You know what I mean? Like, is that much to ask? is that a lot to ask of your fucking, you know, of people you follow online, people you're fans of? Be like, hey, and I know you might do some bad things, but can you at least not, I don't know, murder, touch kids, and rape? Is that okay? Can you just like leave those things to the side and not do those? If I find out you got involved in some fucking fraud thing. You know what I mean? You run some PPP loans or something, scam, whatever. Do you know what I mean? You run off of the plug on your, you know, sponsor on Instagram and you didn't post what you meant to post and you just cashed the check. I'm not going to disown you. But if I find out you touched kids, you raped, you know what I mean? Or did some other fuck shit, of course, you're out. But I think that's why you're disappointed. I think you're all right to be disappointed about that sort of shit. What's it? The Young Philly situation, what we know. Each individual charge, allegedly CCTV and photographic evidence. Philly has been granted bail. Has court date December 19th. Must report to police station 3 times a week. 3 times a week until December 19th. That's going to wear you down, bro. Young Philly trying to pull up to the Beta Squad house for the next episode of Mafia. Hilarious. When Young Philly attempts to reach out to Chunks for bail. This kid meme, fucking hilarious, shaking his head. Chunks of Philly meet up. That one person made a meme up. What was it saying here? They're bringing that video from 7 years ago. They're giving Philly the Diddy treatment. Yeah. Another one. What's that? I saved this Young Philly edit on my phone the other day. What's this edit of Young Philly? Let's see this edit. Let's see. Maybe this.
I'm Philly. I'm 25. I'll be on it. Clap.
If I left my girl with you and I told you look after her and she made some advances on you.
What's she wearing?
What the
Also on KSI.
Oh, what?
What? Am I
He'd be dumb not to pick him. Yeah. I'd fucking pick him.
Alexa, keep the lights on if you think Philly's beautiful.
Lights in. Yeah, it's because she doesn't have access to the flipping electrics. Alexa, keep the light on if my brother Chunks is beautiful. Yeah, man, great shit.
Guys, I've been Young Philly. Yeah. Chunks. Long day. Can't chat to me ever again.
I feel like I've got a song.
Right, boys, I've just got off the aeroplane and I've seen this shocking news. Philly charged. Right, boys, I've just got off the aeroplane and I've seen this shocking news. Philly charged with sexual assault. Have a listen to this.
Detectives from the sex assault squad say the 29-year-old man sexually assaulted a woman in her 20s in his Perth hotel room.
All right, so as you guys know, I don't overly like...
Damn it. I'm sorry. I apologize, chat. I apologize. I was muted. I've been watching too much academics. I apologize. For those of you that didn't hear what I had to say there, welcome to the Agostino Zinga show, where usually I don't have these issues where I leave the mic off like academics does. But I think I've been watching too much of his content. I'm now starting to copy some of these things because I'm a fucking copycat and shit. So apologies for those of you listening who have not heard anything and just heard this HSTikkyTokky guy laughing out the blue. So to start again, this is the Agostino Zinga show. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Those of you who are watching this live stream, listen to this podcast after the fact, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification. I do post clips of the Tazs show on here. I also post full episodes. Just go on the channel, click the live tab, and you'll see all the full episodes on there. Timestamps will also be uploaded as soon as the podcast is over. I'll update timestamps on here and all of that malarkey. So support the podcast if you can. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notification bell. If you want to listen to comedy based stuff, I do a show called The Random Show, which will be happening right after this show on a separate channel. The link to that channel is in the description. It'll be available in the podcast description and also in the description of this video. Link to the Random Show channel. Subscribe onto there, turn the notification bell on there also, and make sure you're clocked in, because I will be covering a lot of the Fighter and the Kid stuff, Joe Rogan shit, Bert Kreischer shit, Tom Segura shit, No Jumper shit on there in maybe about an hour or so. So make sure you subscribe onto there, subscribe onto here, like all the stuff, join the Patreon, all that good stuff, support the Discord, you know, do what needs to be done, help the boy out. Greatly appreciated. Anyway, before I was muted, I did say I want to cover some stuff that HSTikkyTokky had to say here about the Philly situation. HSTikkyTokky always has very interesting opinions when it comes to issues regarding men and women, especially in the news and shit. So I was curious to see how he would interpret this news regarding young Philly. And let's just say his opinion is going to be rather controversial. Let's see what he has to say here.
Right, boys, I've just got off the aeroplane and I've seen this shocking news. Philly charged with sexual assault. Have a listen to this.
Detectives from the Sex Assault Squad say the 29-year-old man sexually assaulted a woman in her 20s in his Perth hotel room.
All right, so as you guys know, I don't overly like Philly. Never spoke to him. Not saying this because I'm friends with him, right? And nor am I defending sexual assault because it is awful, okay? And if he is moving like Diddy, then he deserves to get locked. However, why is the girl in his hotel room? Please explain.
You know what he said? The first bit he said was pretty on point. I don't like the guy, never been a fan of his, but if he's accused of what he's accused of, that's horrible. He should be locked up. But then he says, but why is the girl in his hotel? I thought he was gonna say, but everyone should be innocent until proven guilty. We live in a world where you're guilty, in front of the court of, or well, you're guilty before the court of public opinion, and even when you're found innocent, because so much information has been put out there about you, about this case, people then will never change their mind about you, and that cloud will follow you again and again. We need to get to a place where, if people are found guilty about this thing, they spend a really adequate amount of time in prison for the crime, because the really sad and depressing thing about sexual assaults, not only do they get convicted, not only do they not get filed, the conviction rate is super low, and also sometimes the prison sentences of people that rape and stuff is super low too. Like I think I read a report. Who's a kid in Brixton? Didn't the kid in Brixton, remember that kid in Brixton who was raping loads of girls? I think they called him like the Brixton R. Kelly. Do you remember that kid? I think he got like only 14 years, I think so. I think I read about it recently. I don't know why I read about it. Let me see here. Brixton R. Kelly. Let's see if I can get it up on it. I think he didn't get that long in prison. There we go. Yeah, serial rapist. This one. How long did he get in prison? Cavani Queen. Let's see how long, because some of these jail sentences for rape and shit are crazy. Cavani Queen, teenage serial rapist dubbed the Brixton R. Kelly, jailed. Queen was convicted of 22 counts of rape against 6 women and was 15 when he carried out the most of his offenses. 15. For me personally, that means that person's broken. There's no rehabilitating someone like that. If you're raping girls at 15, it's a wrap. A number of women suffered from sexually transmitted infections, with the Crown saying there's no regard for his victims. So how long did he get in prison? A teenager convicted of 22 counts. He was 15. One said she lost her innocence and her voice and integrity. Judge Usha Karu handed Queen with a sentence of 16 years. I don't know about you guys listening to this particular podcast, but if you're raping girls from 15 years old, I don't think 16 years is enough time in prison, personally. I don't think that's adequate. 16 years is not adequate enough for me. You got to double that. Maybe even triple it. 16 years only. There's people in prison now who have got 20 years for smuggling cocaine. Okay? Selling it to adults that want to buy drugs and shit. They get 20 years. But then kiddie diddlers get less than 10, and serial rapists get 16. Are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? So that's the depressing thing about sexual assault and rape. It doesn't get reported enough, and when it does get reported, it doesn't get convicted, and when it does get convicted, the people that do it don't get long enough sentences. So let's not do the whole oh, why was she in a room? Bruh. A woman can change her mind at any point in the sexual fucking, journey, in whatever journey that is. She can change her mind at any point. If she says no, she says no. You stop. That's what most normal, well-adjusted people do. There is no fucking, justifying that sort of action. Or because she came into the club wearing a particular outfit, that means she was gagging for it or something. Because she came back to the room, that means she should have got assaulted. What the fuck are we talking about here? What the fuck are we talking about? And this is completely devoid of women who make false allegations, by the way, because also guys who fly that flag, that amount of women is super low too. The women that actually go out and put false allegations on guys, those are super low. They must be in the under fucking single digit percentages, I would imagine, of women that actually file false rape allegations. So let's not go down that route. If anything, most women do guys a favor by not reporting shit or by not saying stuff that was actually weird, because I bet you there was probably girls in Philly's life that have probably had some weird, let's say, hookups with a guy, but just kind of, chalks it up as him being freaky. But then over time you realize, oh shit, that was actually, one of those sort of like build-ups to the eventual thing at the end. Again, I don't know. I'm just looking at my ass here, but this is what my assumption is. Let's go back to HSTikkyTokky.
Explain that to me. What does she think she's going back to do? Read a book or get some of that Philly Willy? Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really make sense. If you're going back to the hotel room, especially after you've been out on a night out where Philly's performing, you're coming back to suck his cock.
Yes, but you can change your mind. Or maybe you don't want to suck his cock. Maybe you want to just hang out. I swear, the term groupie, maybe I've read too many like rock autobiographies, but the term groupie was never just all about exchanging sexual favors. Sometimes it's just about you being a part of the harem. You being able to go backstage. You being able to have drugs, free drink, and be able to get flown around the world and shit. And be like the arm candy for the group because you make them look good because you're all like hot and young and cute and shit. It wasn't always about, oh, because you're there, you're always sucking. No, that wasn't always the case. I can imagine it's the same thing nowadays. There's probably a bunch of guys who just want to hang out. They like you, you're famous, they want to be around you, they like your aura, they just want to hang out. And it serves both purposes. You get to hang out with your fans, they're also cute, they make you look good in front of other people. It's not that big of a deal. So this idea that everybody that goes back to your hotel room is one of it's like, what? Like, especially after a show, it's just like, it just turns into an afters. Does it mean, so if you have an afters after your event in your hotel room with other fans and some girls, whatever, does that mean that all the girls in that room want to fuck you? Or does that just mean they want to hang out and just like continue the fun? I think it's the latter. Just want to hang out and continue the fun. They want to get some free drinks. You know, maybe have you told them some stories that no one knows, some industry gossip and stuff. LOL, hee, get followed on Instagram. Like, honestly, it's such a bizarre way to think. Like, it really is bizarre. But some guys are like, don't get me wrong, there is maybe a need for some girls to be responsible in some occasions and not to maybe be so trusting to go back to certain guy. I get that. But this assumption in guys' heads that, oh yeah, she come out to the hotel room, she wants to fuck, is insane. Insane. That fucking assumption, that jump, that logic jump is fucking wild. Like, okay? Like, has she shown you she wants to? Has she given you an indicate? Like, there's usually a build-up that gets it. Just because she came back to hotel, like, some guys can trick girls to come back to hotel rooms. I'll just come back because I want to get my charger. Now she's in there, then you start putting the moves on her. But she had no idea that that was what you was into. So then what? Come on, bro. And bare guys do that. Let's not lie. Bare guys do that sort of like, oh yeah, let's go back. I ain't go pick up my fucking map. I need to go get my magazine, get another jacket. Just come to me in the hotel, and then suddenly now the door's closed. Okay.
So Howie's been charged with 4 counts of assault and 1 charge of like cutting someone's circulation out. I think Philly might have been on a mad one after his performance.
Yes, this is someone telling on themselves, by the way. This is someone telling on themselves. He has also been on a mad one at times. Allegedly, this is somebody telling on themselves. He has also been on a mad one. And he's like, hold on, if he can get done for 4 counts, I can get done for fucking 48 counts.
And just move reckless in the bedroom, bruv. Maybe scared off that tart. But no, honestly, genuinely, if he has done sexual assault, obviously it's awful. I'm not making a joke about it, but come on now. But come on, realistically, she's in his hotel room. Let's just see what more evidence comes out.
What do you mean realistically? What do you mean realistically? What does this mean? Yo, these guys. She was gagging for it, man. She came back to my hotel room. She was literally dripping. He sounds like the guy from The Inbetweeners. She was literally dripping, mate. I put my card in the hotel room door. The little click went up and she fucking jolted. She let out a moan. When I fucking scanned my hotel card on the hotel door, she moaned, mate. She fucking moaned. Pick up MJ Ranger. I need to go pick up my map. His name is Young Philly. Exactly. I need to go pick up my map. Where is it? Under my dick. That's where I keep all my maps. Under my dick. My little tour guide, my Prague tour guide is under my dick. 1 second. Let me just move it out of the way. Oh my God, man. Niggas be raping. Niggas be raping. Let's continue. What's another clip he's got here? Young Fiddler's just been gone in bail.
Monkey see, monkey do. Not crazy.
You choking her? What the fuck? You trying to kill her?
It wasn't like a choke. It was more like a... You know what I mean?
That is fruity, weird behaviour. Monkey see, monkey do. What the fuck, Shan? Too tempted to touch minors.
To be fair, I've watched a bit of HSTikkyTokky content, and he's got some clips out there that are kind of crazy. You know what I mean? You want this schlong in it? You want this schlong in it? You come with your fucking tart. You wanna suck on this cock? Like he's got similar content. Let's not throw stones. Let's not throw stones, bro. I've seen videos of you saying some madness to girls in fucking Zante, in Magaluf, in Marbella and shit, in Ibiza. I've seen you saying some crazy shit. Let's not throw. I'm not gonna play it because I'm not that kind of guy. I don't want to get guys in trouble. But we know what footage you got out there. Come on, let's be real.
Tempted to get inside her. Latest update with Young Fiddler is this. He's been granted bail, 100k he had to pay, then his boys had to do 100k as well. He's not allowed to leave Australia, so let's see what happens. He's got caught in 2 months, so any girls in Perth...
What's that? What's that thing about his boys had to put up money? What's that? You just got... Okay, just repeating what was in the news article then. He's been granted bail with strict conditions with a personal undertaking of $100,000 and a security of $100,000. He will next appear in Perth Crown Magistrate Court on December 19th. So he has to put up 100k of his own money, and if you don't show up, he'll pay that and get arrested in police custody. He is banned for attempting to contact his victims and to make posts on social media about the case. Bro, it must be good to be this famous where like people are just like spoon feeding you information, isn't it? You don't even have to work to present your information. Fans just send you, hey guy, it's fucking hell, must be a good life. Let's see another clip here. HSTikkyTokky is on the madness. By the way, like this is good like rage bait content. Making somebody's rape case all about yourself is fucking brilliant. And then also having the fucking Telegram link right under here, right? Philly's response to the allegation. No, it isn't. It's not posted on there. It's just his Telegram group. Everything he's telling you is already in the video. But there's a little kind of, you know, a little call to action. Join the Telegram. There's nothing on there that is not in the video. Honestly, making this rape allegation all about yourself is fucking genius, isn't it? Some pure scumbag behavior. Let's see this.
Too tempted to touch minors, too tempted to get inside her, cut off all the circulation. Who has seen young Fiddy active on it in Australia?
4 counts of sexual penetration without consent, 3 counts of assault occasioning bodily harm, and 1 count of impeding another person's normal breathing or circulation.
Nah, I'm only joking, honestly.
Yeah, big up Young Old Vibes. Is that Sneako Brother? Yeah, he's kind of like it. He has the same sort of like sense of humor, innit? Very cringe sense of humor. It's a particular taste. Not for me, but you know.
SA is not a joke, right? If he has SA'd the bird, he deserves to get locked up. That's disgusting. What I will say, though, is this. A lot of girls lie. A lot of girls will frame famous guys like Philly to try and get...
I don't think that's true. Maybe I sound woke. Maybe I sound fucking pick me in my own way, but I just don't think it's true. I don't think there's a lot of girls that lie about sexual assault. I just don't think that's the case. If anything, I think it's the opposite. I think most girls give guys the benefit of the doubt or convince themselves that what happened didn't happen and don't say anything. I think so. Like, I remember that one time, you know, maybe not the greatest fucking, maybe not the greatest afters conversation, but I remember one time I went to an afters, or maybe it was a house party, and we all got speaking in a room, and for some reason sexual assault and rape came about, and somebody in the room asked, oh yeah, how many people in the room have had an experience like that, like a sexual assault experience? And I swear, in the room, all the girls put their hands up to having some sort of, something akin to sexual assault or rape. That's kind of scary, bro. Again, small pool, very niche audience, house party vibes, whatever. But all those girls put their hands up. I was like, raw. Like, seeing that visually in a house party it takes you aback. You're like, fucking hell. Like, they've all had an occasion where they've got some untoward attention, right? And these guys, oh, everyone's lying. I don't think that's the case, brother. I don't think so. And also, the unfortunate thing about Young Philly is that all those other girls that came out, I think it was maybe 18 months ago, I think on social media, a ton of girls, mostly very young girls on TikTok, were like making these vague accusations that, you know, they had some sus interactions with Young Philly at shows and shit. It was pretty wild. And it kind of died. It kind of died down. but it was on a timeline for a bit. If you're if you're a part of UK Twitter, you know what I'm talking about.
Clout and maybe even sue him. And also, why was she at his hotel room? That's my question. Why go back to my man's hotel if you're not trying to get some of that Philly Willy? It doesn't really make sense. So I think we have to see what the evidence comes to today and weigh it up. But for people just accusing him right now, I think is unfair. Give him some time, let him marinate, and let's see what happens today.
Not because he's innocent until proven guilty, just because girls lie. I love that defense. It's not even like he thinks he didn't do it. He just thinks girls lie. HSTikkyTokky is a nightmare.
Oh my God, boys, if the young fiddler story couldn't get any worse. DNA tests have just come back from the police reports over in Perth, Australia, and young fiddler and Diddy are actually second cousins. They also have CCTV footage of both of them strangling random girls, screaming, "Monkey see, monkey do. Monkey do." I don't know what that means, but boys, that's a spanner in the works. What's going to come next in this story, I've got no idea, but I'm here for it. He's been granted bail until the...
God almighty, man. God almighty, this guy is just like aggressively unfunny, innit? Aggressively cringy. Aggressively unfunny. Anyways, that's the majority of the case, really. Nothing more to report there, I don't think. Regarding the young Philly situation. Checking Shade Borough quickly. Whose post is this? What's post there? Prince, what's this? Prince of the City on Instagram. Big up the Shade Borough. This post says the following: whoever said only God can judge me obviously never met the internet. I wonder if the boy knows you guys have closed his case and found him guilty already. All in 4 hours. Is the internet the new police judge, jury, and executioner? It's always been like that way, though. People always judge you before you've been judged in the court of law. It's happened since the beginning of time. What are you talking about? The court of public opinion has always existed. Where people can congregate, where people can gossip, court of public opinion is going to happen. That's what happens. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. Honestly, it is what it is. What people saying in the reports: young Philly's been hearing predator rumors for a year now, so he knows what's up. He should have just gotten a girlfriend and got good PR and stayed away, stayed low key. He had the warning signs, but he just chose to be reckless. This is the thing, though. That's the funny thing. This is almost like advice for like abusers and shit. But it's also like actual advice, because the signs were there that he was too thirsty. He was really enjoying, because, for a moment, Chunks and Philly were maybe the most famous urban celebrities outside of musicians in this country. So they were like legitimately number one. Like, I'm sure they could go, walking down the street was hard for them. People probably step on them every single minute and shit. So they were really famous here. And they still are. Don't get me wrong, really, 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 really famous. And they're like multi-millionaires. But it was obvious from, that video from 7 years ago, he was just a bit too excited. And he never kind of slowed down. I think you're maybe allowed an excited year for like maybe the first year you get famous. You're allowed to maybe go crazy and freak out. But you have to relax after some time. Man, like, judging by those other clips, he was on the same vibe, the same intensity, the same fucking first levels from when he first bust onto the scene, no pun intended, to now. It's just too much, bro. It's just too much. It's just too much. And then on top of that, it's not just like you're too handsy. It's also rape shit. That's like another way. There's one thing about being handsy and winding up on people and whatever, but rape is a whole nother, whole nother category of evil. So, there was probably no avoiding it because, allegedly that's what he did. The internet wants it to be true because most people on here live sad, miserable lives and want everyone else to join. That's not true, man. That isn't true at all. It's just somebody really famous has been allegedly caught doing something quite heinous. It's going to make news. People are going to want to talk about it. And if there's evidence that maybe points to him having a pattern of doing these type of things, or history of it, they're going to point to it. Doesn't mean because they're miserable. Maybe there is a portion of people who are reveling in the fact that he's going down, but I think a lot of them probably didn't like him anyway. So it's not even like, they want to bring him down. It's like they were never fans of the guy, and now they're giving him a reason not to be fans of him more. So let's relax on that one. You don't get charged for a crime unless they have sufficient evidence to believe you. You committed the crime. Otherwise, you are released from custody after 24, 48 hours. So the fact that there is any evidence regarding the rape, he is a wrong, and I don't give a fuck. I don't know about that, to be fair. I don't know if that's true. because we've seen already with the. Because I'm still not. I'm still. Maybe I'm naive and not very educated on like the Romanian court system, but the whole fucking what's the thing called? The whole thing with the Tate brothers is really odd, because if you watch videos on YouTube about them, it's clear they've done some fuckery and they've been lying about their background and what they've done and abuse and all this malarkey. So it feels like the case against them should be pretty straightforward, but for some reason the Romanian courts have like charged them. But then they're gathering evidence while they're still being they're charged, but they're investigating now still, and gathering. It's like, what? That's so backwards. So I think maybe other countries are the same as well. Maybe Australia's the same way. I don't really know. You know what I mean? Maybe they're arresting on the basis of like, imagine if like there's a scenario where the girl maybe didn't think anything went wrong or something bad happened, but her friend did, and then the friend reports it, and then they investigate it. And then they basically, I won't say force her, but they say, hey, something did happen. Can you like give us can you give us your side of the story? And she gives it, but she didn't really want to give it because she didn't think anything bad happened. What then? Do you know what I mean? I don't know what happens in that situation, but I guess we'll see as it plays out. Innocent until proven guilty button. I knew men were going to take this stance. How predictable. I don't think it's a man on women thing. It's just, people should be innocent until proven guilty, but if people are saying there's CCTV footage, and there's pictures and shit of her body with marks and stuff that might pertain to being strangled and shit. What are we meant to say? I'm sorry, but what are we meant to say? And then we got all these video clips of him being a super fucking forward and aggressive with girls he doesn't know. Like that wireless video for me is a lot. That for me is like grounds for HR. That's a thing where you could get pulled into your office. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, what? Why are you like interlocking fingers with these people? Like, what's going on here? We want the full story. A lot of these are victims target successful black men in the hopes of quick paycheck. These accusations, once made, will leave a stain, whether guilty or not. True. He has a point. The way how a majority of the comments were already saying he's guilty, as if they've been waiting for his downfall, is scary. Mind you, he can still be guilty and not charged. Another one says Benjamin Mendy, found guilty, career ruined by social media jurors. I have no little when it's not. We don't know the evidence, and if it's locked up, and if he's locked up, that says a lot. I know he's made some really weird comments, so we shall see. Someone's after a payday off of him. Fuck, So I guess everyone's split. Let's see another one here. This is about him being arrested. Lack of sexual discipline is killing the generation. You couldn't have said it any better there. Couldn't have said it any better. But I also think this is not like about, like, even though I've been saying about the first thing, I think this is just if somebody's been convicted or is being alleged of rape, that isn't just a lacking in first or lacking in discipline. That's also somebody that's fucking damaged. You know what I mean? Really, really damaged. This is why you get yourself one good gal and just take her everywhere with you. But that's the thing though. The manosphere doesn't really like. I've always wondered why the manosphere doesn't promote that sort of stuff anyway. The manosphere is all about like fucking everything that moves, or becoming super rich and having the best car so you can fuck everything that moves. But fucking everything that moves will land you in trouble at some point. That shouldn't be what you should be trying to teach young men. Young men should be aiming for, settling down with somebody, starting a family if they want to, but settling down long term with one person. Like, that's usually the best path for most of us. Now, some of us can indulge in other alternative routes and do the whole polyamory thing and stuff, but the majority of us will find a lot of pleasure, a lot of fulfillment in settling down with one person that we love. And whether or not starting a family or not, whatever, but settling down one, that's what most of us want. That's what the manifest should be promoting. Hey, try and be the best version of yourself, improve yourself in every way you can, get a new fucking hairdo, get some new teeth, whatever you need to do, right? Get fit so that you can attract whatever girl that you want to attract and then marry that person and then plan your life together. That's what it should be about. Not about just flying around the world, fucking randoms, going to fucking third world countries and fucking sex. Like, what? Like, what is that? What's that version of being that version of being an alpha male is weird. Like, being an alpha male is like having fucking Telegram groups, like pyramid schemes. Is that what being an alpha male is? Pyramid schemes and Telegram groups, grifting, scamming, raping. I'm all right, bro. If I'm the alpha for doing that, then I'm good. I'm good. He's gonna become Muslim after this. Settle down, lads. Find a good woman. This bachelor life is a reason for a lot of men's downfall, whether you have money or not. But that's not true either. There's plenty of bachelors out there that don't rape. There's plenty of bachelors out there that treat women good, that show them a good time, treat them with respect and decency. This guy allegedly just is a piece of shit. Even if he's innocent, having those kinds of things associated with your name is a career suicide. Oh yeah, true. In the UK especially though. Look what happened to fucking what's his face? What's his name? Who's that guy's brother? What's his fucking name, man? He hasn't been the same ever since. I think he's in Dubai now, actually. I think he's like a fucking cryptocurrency influencer or something. His career completely got derailed after it got alleged that he might have been trying to fuck like a family friend or something. It was like a cousin or whatever. I think she was like underage as well. Like some texts came out between him and his, family friend, and they were a little bit adult and suggestive. And he hasn't been the same since. Yeah, Dutchavelli. Big up MK. Yeah, Dutchavelli. I think the UK, we're much better at that, I think, than America. I'm not going to lie. Not to give American people a bit of a slight, but I think in the UK, we're far better at that. Like, we police our, like, Dutchavelli hasn't been the same ever since. What's his fucking name? The other guy who I reported on his channel. The guy that was almost like the UK Travis Scott. He got into a madness where he beat up his ex-girlfriend. He has career. He's never been the same ever again. We don't really play those games here. If you got those accusations around you, especially in the urban space, you're done. Finito. Like, you can't come back from that. Especially with his kind of commercial, mainstream fucking sponsors. It's a wrap. It really is a wrap. What is it gone saying? Incredibly damaged. Oh. What was the guy's name again? Now he beat up his girlfriend. He's like, he used to model for Supreme. Kind of big here in the UK, and unfortunately his career went down because he beat up his girlfriend, and she did a documentary about it on the BBC talking about abuse and stuff, and it was pretty dark shit. I forgot his fucking name. Black dude. Oh, kind of like the UK Travis Scott style. I'm sure some of you guys know what I'm talking about. It'll come to mind in a minute. I forgot his fucking name. That's how much he's been out of the fucking limelight. He was super popular before, and I literally forgot his name. That's the one. Big up Charles Lucas. Yes, Octavian. There we go. Octavian. Sorry to go over this. Octavian and Dutchavelli are two examples of guys who have never been able to come back from this sort of shit. So that's sort of proof, That's sort of proof that the UK deals with these sort of issues a bit different than our North American brothers and sisters. I think you can kind of, I'm not say kind of get away with it, but you can bounce back a little bit. You can't in the UK, especially if you've got those type of allegations around you. When it comes to paedophile shit or raping shit, it's a wrap. It's over. Slow Tie as well. Slow Tie is meant to be in court soon, no? Slow Tie, he's got a court. When's Slow Tie's court case? Slow Tie rape court. When's that meant to be? Murky President of Slow Tie has appeared in tonight 2 charges of rape. The British musician, whose real name is Tyrone Frampton, entered the pleas in. So when was he last in court? Was it June? So maybe there's some delays. Maybe this is a COVID thing. Yeah, and she's still with Anne Marie as well. Big up Anne Marie, boy. Fucking hell. Women who date people like that, you gotta wonder, innit? You gotta fucking wonder. Slow Tie appears in court. So when's his actual court date? Blah blah blah. 2 charges. Musician recently withdrew from the schedule. He's also removed from several festivals. I don't know. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But she's got two rape charges on him as well. Crazy times in the UK. Absolutely crazy times. Let's continue on with this quickly and then I'll end. Another person says here, please don't understand. People don't understand. For him to get charged, there's significant evidence to put you in jail. However, the process is to wait out the trial to determine the appropriate outcome based on the evidence that they have and offering him a chance to fight his case. But it is I think guys may need to level up on making sure things are very consensual and that the person is sober enough to go ahead. That's the most important part. See, how could you go jail over sexual activity? Is it worth it? Please. Yeah, there should be no gray area really. I don't think so. It's not necessary. Like it's pretty easy to know what consent is and what isn't consent. And if it's gray or you're not sure, you should just stop. It's not that difficult, really. It really isn't. Especially the person makes it clear that they're not comfortable. Like, It's a bummer because you're already there, cool, but you end. It's simple as that. It's not that difficult. I think most men do that. Most men out there that are normal and well adjusted do that. But I think the guys that don't, here they are. Man, them need sexual discipline, chopping multiple Johns. You don't know it's a hazard. Yeah, again, like this defense was almost putting blame on the women a little bit. Because you're fucking loads of randoms, you don't know you might end up fucking some girl that's after your money. Is that what people are trying to say? I don't know. Maybe I have too much of a extreme ownership mindset, but I think in general, in these sort of instances, the men should always take the most responsibility, and just try to maintain composure, or also be able to judge accurately whether or not the person is down for what you're down for. It shouldn't be really that difficult. It really shouldn't be that difficult to do. And it's not about just smashing randoms. It's about, understanding what someone said. When someone says no, you take it as no. Consent, exactly, as this person says here. Consent is sexy too, Exactly. Fucking exactly. But hey, what do I know? I know absolutely nothing. I know absolutely nada. That's what I know. Nada. I'm a nobody. I know nothing. I'm just a simpleton living my simple life. Big up the simple kings living their simple everyday life. I don't know a single thing. Oh, Jesus, man. This guy had McDonald's sponsorships, JD Sports. Like, are you dumb? Are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb? Do you know how much money that is? Having multiple YouTube channels, revenue streams. You're probably getting paid a salary from those YouTube channels. Or maybe AdSense, who knows? You're on BBC, right? The Great British Bake Off. You've got adverts with ASOS. You've got TikTok money coming in. Instagram money coming in, Snapchat money coming, because nowadays Snapchat, they're doing this big thing where, like, to get more celebrities on there and get more eyes on there, they pay people to post. That's why all the Kardashians and all those hot girls are on there posting 1 million stories a day, because they get literally paid per post. So he's on there. You got sponsorship with Grand Prix, which is big now. I don't know why, but I feel like in the last few years, loads of people, I think, in the UK have gotten really super hard into F1, especially the young people. They're super into it nowadays. So that's become a big thing in the social media influencer circuit, like the whole Grand Prix thing, right? The F1 thing, whatever season. You got the Abu Dhabi shit, right? Going to the Middle East and shit. A lot of guys from here in the UK are making money over there. Doing events and stuff, residencies, or as Brennan would say, a residency. You got the fast fashion stuff with ASOS. You got Mobile Awards, Red Bull, Primark, McDonald's, Captain Morgan, probably Prime. All these sponsorships, and you fuck it all up. Woo! You gotta love it, bro. You gotta love it. And again, most likely there was a ton of warnings. He never heeded them, and now he's paying the ultimate price. So big up to the victims, actually, for being brave enough to say something, because, it probably was super scary. But big up the victims for saying something. Well done to them. And hopefully, things work out how they need to be. That's all you can hope for. That is really all one can hope for. But again, what do I know? Absolutely nada. Okay, my friends, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. I really fucking do. Make sure you like the stream chat down, or like the stream down below if you're tuning in via the live stream. If you're tuning in via the podcast app, please leave me a 5-star review. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. Do me a fucking favor. Come on. Leave me a 5-star review on the Apple or on the Spotify. Do me a favor, because all those reviews help if I want to ever reach out to sponsors to try and get some shangalangs for this little pod. So make sure you do that. There's also a Patreon on there. I'll be adding new Tazs bonus episodes on there. I haven't done one in a while, but that should be going up on there soon. So make sure you check that out. Also, check out me on the socials. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Links should be available in the descriptions too. If not, just search my name. Pretty easy. What else? Oh, random show link is in the description as well if you want to check that out. Random show link is in the description if you want to check that out. I'll be starting the random shows in about 20 minutes, so check out the random show in about 20 minutes. I'll be on there talking about no jumper shit, Brendan shit, all that good shit. So check me out on the fucking, what you call it, random show channel if you want comedy stuff. And for those of you listening via the podcast app, I'll be playing my tune of the day. My tune of the day is going to be a song from the one and only Jimi Legxacy. He's got a new album coming out very soon, titled BBM. Fucking brilliant fucking title for an album, which obviously stands for Black British Music, but also could stand for Blackberry Messenger. And obviously it's featured heavily in the promotion and the fucking video of this single called Aggressive. It's amazing. It's special. I said before that Jimi Legxacy for me is almost like a better version of Sampha. I find Sampha a little bit sleepy and boring to listen to, and a little bit overrated and overhyped in my personal opinion. But I think Jimi Legxacy is a proper better version of him. But I also think it kind of it's a disservice to call him a better version of Sampha. I think it's his own entity overall, and he's really talented, really cool. Only 21, so you can imagine the amount of, the ceiling he has to reach is fucking crazy. Loads of range, melodies for fucking days. A great already discography, I think, of really good songs and moods and whatnot. I really recommend you check him out. Jimi Legxacy is fucking incredible. So the song I'm going to be playing is Jimi Legxacy, Aggressive. It's available now on all of your DSPs. Check it out. That's my tune today. For those of you listening live, watching live, it's just going to fade to black. Unfortunately, you won't be hearing it, but I'll see you guys again in about 20 minutes for the random show. Okay, cool. Big up everybody. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Take care. Peace.